Oh yeah, I should probably post this in Discord. Whoops. Hey, Augmented. Caught up with the 3.5 hours of previous stream in 20 minutes. Oof. Crazy. I did a recap, personal recap, looking at the past streams and seeing how long it would take to get to where the new content starts. And I think I'm 1/3 the way through, maybe, being generous. Because it might take an hour to reach, an hour and a half maybe, to reach the shed stuff. And then there's another hour to, well, maybe not even an hour, maybe 45 minutes to reach the carnival stuff. And then after that is the new stuff. Previously on Devlog, yeah. Been busy planning to strip down my gray Sienna into a gaming vehicle. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I checked the reviews. Apparently there's already memes going around dunking on Devlog or whatever. But I look at the reviews and there's only like what, 5 or 6 reviews. I mean, maybe people are still playing, but damn. I don't mean to, well, I know I shit on Devlog, but man, it's not looking good so far. I'm hoping it, at least there's someone who well, then again, it is a demo. It's still in demo stages, so I don't know. I bought it because it's part of the territory of being a snoot-tuber. Yep, so I bought the expensive setups for my gaming tower, and now to do the same for my van. Okay. Always nice to watch you play this first. Well, I play through Plastered. Okay. You're the chosen one. Only you, Porcupine, can seal her back into her realm. Well, I know I do a lot of Rebecca slander, or at least the Dream Demon slander, but she hasn't really done anything bad. I think the most egregious thing was the floating Rebecca head in the mod itself, and then Rebecca being in the void. I kind of want to play. I really do want to play more Starbound. I was watching someone else play on YouTube, and I'm like, man, I want to play. Because I found out the dinosaur I caught. Well, if the dinosaur dies, I'm shit out of luck and need to, like, craft a whole bunch of shit to revive him. So I'm like, I'm gonna get started on that. Again, did Wani's reviews stagnate at, now that I think about it, stagnate at like 3,000? Hold on. Or at least around 3,000. That's still 3,420. I'm pretty sure everyone who wanted to buy it has bought it. Devlog game devs should have fixed the bugs first before releasing the visual novel onto Steam. That's true. But I guess they wanted to stay true to the release date rather than to polishing it up, but who knows. They're gonna have a job ahead of them, that's for sure. There'll be a lot of bug fixes before they start progress again. Olivia is our wholesome gremlin. I still can't really think of Olivia good right now after all the Olivia slander the past 2 mods. I need a super detox. Hey, Hoshin. You know what they say, test on production. I mean, how hard is it? It was working fine before. Yeah, then again, in my defense, the last time I streamed Devlog, I did not have this big screen TV. I had a smaller big screen TV. Though the dimensions were different. This one's a little bit more funkier. Because unlike, if I switch right now, hold on. If I switch the screens right now. Come on. Okay, you see just what's there. On my TV, I have 2 vertical black bars on the side. That's what I mean by, like, fucky resolution. Small game dev studios underestimate QA. Are they really that small? I think they're like bigger than Caveman on with all the people there. Miguel's just snatching everyone up. The gator overdose. It's ending to Olivia, so I don't feel anything. She's just a bitch. Miguel was telling me he's seething at all the bugs. Oof. Oof. Were the bugs that we experienced like just solely on my side, or did anyone else have like the same kind of bugs I did? Like with Floating Head Rebecca into the Darkness, all the voids. The voids and the voids. The Dungeons and Dragons, it's voids and voids. That's Rebecca. Floaty Champy meme. Oh, just levitate. I too levitate out of bed. I hover over to the bathroom, still levitating through my business. I'll levitate over to the kitchen, get a meal while levitating. Man, I wish. I'd never have to fucking sit again, honestly. He tried to get them all. Those are just cinematic black bars. It's not a bug, it's a feature. I've never seen anyone use cinematic bars vertically. It's only horizontal bars, man. Her name is Chompy. Yeah, someone tried. I think she accidentally called herself Chompy or something. Probably because of the brace, the braces accent. Bugs are unavoidable once you get past a certain threshold of project complexity. Yeah. Devlog's probably the most ambitious right now. I didn't have the voids in my playthrough. I stared into the void, and the void stared back. Hey, you say that. You say that. She does stare back. She stares back. Hold on. Where is she? She stares back. I know it's a bad Photoshop job, but she stares back. Oh. Well, that's racist. Jackie Knights really likes her. You're talking about Champy? Alright, we'll put the void away. Champy plays Bug Fables 100%. Was there more Champy lore? I didn't take Champy. Oh, I get it, because Champy is Chompy. I named my Totodile Chompy just because it makes sense. Battle not with voids, lest ye be cucked by one. Stare into the soul. We make the lore as we go along, okay. I still don't consider Champy a gamer. Just like, well, Liz in Wanigemu plays The Sims. I don't know. She'd have at least like some kind of console or something to play Sims on. Or Minecraft or Stardew, you know? The simple shit. The most women will play usually is on their cell phone with like Bejeweled or mostly Candy Crush. Shit like that. Anyways, we had a bonus chapter we left off on, didn't we? Shrinking Violet meets Spitfire. So I take it Shrinking Violet is a Rebecca reference, but also Pony reference. Wait. Oh, do I have to? Oh no! This is a first in fucking visual game novel history. Narrating through the Smoker voice. That's gonna be great. Oh, pray for me.
So here I am again.
Oh, is it? What's in the box, Emily? Is that your dog or your cat?
Back on campus awaits yet another semester. No, not doing this. I'm getting back on the bus and it's already gone. Great.
Wait. Attention, everyone. There more. It's intertwining. We got bonus stories and bonus stories. Excuse me, over here. If you could just.
Everyone's just talking over her. Maybe if I get closer.
Who the hell is pushing? Holy shit! What are you? Whoa, big lady.
Screw this. I don't need another orientation anyway. It's fine. I can probably figure out where my new dorm is on my own. I'm assuming it's the building next to my old one.
Make thumbnail with Emily having a cigar in her mouth since she is Denny. I don't know, man.
B31, is that the second level, or? I'm gonna be searching for hours at this rate. Everyone's already staring at me. They all know I'm lost.
Excuse me, miss. Please clear the hall.
Sorry!
Are you trying to say something?
I would if I could.
Right, well, if you'll excuse me. It's been a busy day with everyone moving in.
Wait, is she the RA? I stopped her in her tracks with another hand waved in her face.
I'm sorry, can I help you with something?
I scrambled for my administration sheet. I fumbled around before pointing to the dorm number.
Oh, you just need to find your dorm. Alright, B-numbered dorms are at the very end of this hall. Take a right, then odds are on your left. Well, evens are on your right. Is that all you need?
Wait, I think I overheard the yellow girl saying something about a new place to pick up textbooks. I quickly shake my head and search for my hoodie pocket for a pencil. Where did I put it? Screw it. I just flipped to my course list and tapped the page.
You want me to help you find every one of your classes? Right now?
No! Textbooks, lady!
Much as I love a game of charades, I have other students to help. Goodbye.
The more things change. Well, at least I know where my dorm is now.
God, this is gonna kill my voice. I need micro sips. Oh, I see Rebecca's already moved in. Anime figures. Oh no, got the streaming set up and everything. Oh god. It's time to maliciously raid the Rebecca stream.
Well, looks like whoever my roommate is, they're already settled in.
That the Roz voice from Monsters, Inc. Rebecca's panties spotted, yeah.
This place is a mess. I wonder where...
Who are you and what are you doing in my room?
Who is... Oh, probably my roommate. Let me just show her my papers. That'll clear the...
If you reach for a weapon, I swear to Raptor Jesus, I will burn your long-ass neck into curlicue. Curlicue, right? Well, I don't know.
Do what? I hold the papers up with a shaking hand.
Oh. Why did you just say so?
I would if I could.
Well, let's just set out some ground rules. 1. We're roommates, not friends. And for the love of fuck, let's not pretend otherwise. 2. Just don't piss me off and we'll be fine. Sound good? What, cat got your tongue?
Seriously? No.
And what are you, a mute?
Yep.
Oh, that's... Yeah, okay. I gotcha. Anyway, I got a quick call to make. I'll be back when the resident dorm bitch is done making her rounds.
After the scare of a lifetime, I'm just glad to have the place to myself for a moment. My new roommate throws the curling iron back into her bag and bolts off.
You know, funny, for someone who has a curling iron, has no curly hair.
Dorm bitch, is she talking about the RA? I go to check on Susie in her carrier, haha. Deltarune reference, haha. Poor girl, I'm sorry about the bumpy ride. Are you holding up in there? On the bright side of things, it looks like I'll have plenty of room to set up the terrarium like I wanted. Did she lock herself out?
Champy? Oh no, the RA. Excuse me, Miss Bennett, was it? Please, tell me you're kidding me right now.
Ah! Does she know about Susie already? How? Did my roommate just tip her off? What? Why? Where'd she have the game from?
Whatever, you just had plugged in a minute ago. Wait, tripped the breaker. Wait, whatever you had just plugged in a minute ago tripped the breaker. I'm going to need you to hand it over.
Trip the breaker? I shrug. I'm absolutely lost here.
Let's not do this childish game of charades again. You're not exactly starting off on the right foot here. And if you insist on playing dumb, then just know failure to comply with an RA can result in disciplinary action up to and including academic probation. Just so we're on the same page from here on out, capiche?
It has to be a mistake. Oh, let me find my pencil and I'll spell it out for her. As soon as I reach for my notebook and papers, she puts her hand in the way, stopping me.
Miss Bennett, let's nip this in the bud. I'm not doing this little game of charades with you all year.
It's not charades, you moron! Oh, how do I tell her?
Really now? Let's use our words like adults, shall we? She can't, you dumb bitch! Pardon me? You want a pardon now? They don't offer those for just being retarded. You must be Miss Chase. I was just asking your roommate here about an appliance that tripped the breaker. There's no need for... in the least kind of way possible. Fuck off. Not only is she mute, you're being an ableist cunt, but you just came in making wild accusations when she just got here and I haven't been in this room all day. Oh, what's in a... Well, that is to say, if she had just indicated that to me at any point... Let's use our words like adults! Are you fucking kidding me? You can walk your unhappy ass out of here right now before I get the head of the student union to demote your ass to official pencil sharpener. If it happens again, I will be back. And one middle finger. Yeah, whatever. Eat a dick. Actually, that actually was my bad, Rumi. My curling iron kind of exploded into a shower of sparks, and the power tripped. I came back on right before you walked in, so I got the fuck out of here quick, like before she showed up.
I told my editor, unable to ask why that was her first choice.
So I'm sorry about that. And earlier. I saw that you picked my stuff up for me.
I wave it off.
Nah, if I was your size, I would have punted myself out the window for how I acted. So, let's just forget it happened. I'm Rebecca.
I finally have enough time to search for my pencil this time. I'm Emily.
Cool, cool. So, seriously, what's in the fucking box?
Promise you can keep it secret.
Yeah, but if it's anything less than a dead body, I'm gonna be disappointed now. Oh, we got Shido. Or is this an iguana?
Cute, right?
Yeah, I guess. I was still hoping that'd be at least something illegal.
What?
Wait, what's their name?
Susie.
Wait. Satsi, like Satsi Baka.
Susie!
Nah, just trying to be a special little snowflake with the extra S's, huh? Hey, by the way, forget those rules I said earlier. Well, don't piss me off is still a good one, but I think we'll get along just fine.
Me too. Quickly, I sketch up something special just for her.
Oh, is it gonna be the Goomba? No? Oh, that was super fast. Holy shit. You sure Emily's not just a robot in disguise? She's got a whole fucking data center in her neck. Oh. Let's not go that far. Wait. Did you literally just draw that right now? She's an AI. She's like the iRobot thing where she just like scribbles and it becomes a drawing. Brontosauruses aren't real. They're robots. They're drones. Alright. I think we were on this one? Maybe? Yeah, because of the meeting for the video game stuff. Was Rebecca expecting drugs in that box? Probably. Alright. It seems the boys' dorms have strict rules against girls being anywhere near them. And I'm thankful that that chapter went as fast as it did, or else it would be a short stream. Only female teachers and female students with jobs like club presidents and such are even allowed to enter the lobby of the dorms. The inverse also applies to the girls' dorms, which is why we're sneaking Rebecca and Emily in, apparently. Once I help Rebecca stick her landing, we sneak Emily in. Her long neck enters the room and wraps itself around one of the legs of the table inside Theo's room. The three of us sit on top of her neck to keep it in place as Emily uses it to pull herself up. I voiced some concerns about accidentally hurting her neck, but that's apparently a non-issue and only shows my lack of knowledge on Saurian anatomy. When the upper half of the rest of her body enters into view, Rebecca rushes to help her in as Theo and I grasp the table. Eventually, they both make it in. Theo? He wipes some of the sweat from his brow. Yeah? Why weren't we able to meet in the library? Emily and I have night classes tonight. Plus, the library closes at like 7 o'clock or something like that. Yeah, but I think we should address the most important thing first. What kind of snackage did everyone bring? I think this is new. We gather around on the floor with Rebecca emptying a small tote full of junk food. I grab some bags of chips from the vending machine. I like how they're just called chips. Forewarning, the lemon lime bag is mine, and I will hurt you if you touch it. Oh, and Emily brought some cans of dip. Emily holds up both cans with a small smile, showing one to be bean dip and the other sour cream and onion. Cool, cool. I hit up the gas station in town earlier and scored a 6-pack of Copsy and 1 Appalachian Dew. Dev, what do you got? Beef jerky. That's gotta be like the most expensive item here. I ended up bringing assorted sweets like Little Dino Donuts and some discounted candies, adding some last-minute jerky strips for the carnivore siblings. Emily's already grabbing one bag of chips for herself, and the siblings seem to have chosen the same package of jerky strips. I quickly pick one at random and push it into Theo's hands. Hey, but I wanted that one! But I got this one especially for you, Theo. Whoa, really, man? Thanks! I breathe a sigh of relief internally as Rebecca chuckles across the room. I just don't want them to get to the point of slap fighting again. I was extra careful to get an even number of bags, and then even hid an extra away in case I needed a Deus Ex Machina should things get heated. He pops open the bag and fills his mouth with jerky instead of answering. Rebecca snickers and plays at the play and gives me a thumbs up. I felt bad that I wasn't able to convince Theo to use my room, since I have much more space thanks to a lack of a roommate. But Theo was quick to mention that if he had all his computers and other necessary equipment set up already, and that I was yet another floor up, definitely beyond even Emily's reach. And there's also Elliot's stuff if we need it, though I hope we don't. Alright, now we can go over the project. Rebecca has agreed to be our head writer. Tentatively. And Emily here is going to be our head artist. Emily holds a notebook to her chest, shielding herself from behind her showcased credentials. She nervously waves a hand. By the way, it's nice to meet you. Hey, I'm Becca's brother. Ugh, she knows. She smirks. I've told her all about you already. Emily sheepishly looks out of the window, poignantly avoiding the siblings' antics. Theo grunts. Anyway, video game. Yes, that. I'll be the head of the coding. And Dev here, well, he's a gulp. I don't have any special talent at all that can contribute to the project. I could assist Theo with the coding and help him with bugs. Maybe be head of QA, but beyond that, I won't be able to do more than a random tester would. Emily scribbles in her notebook.
Designer!
Huh? Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I mean, he's the one that's actually getting people together and organizing stuff. Makes sense. He's the one that brought us. Sorry, Theo, but if you had been the one to ask me, I wouldn't be sitting here. You're just saying that to make me feel bad. Yes, thank you for noticing. Guys, I've never designed anything before. I really don't know if I can. Theo is quick to shush me with a finger held close to my face. No, none of that self-deprecating stuff, especially not over these gallons of good soda I've also snuck in. He pulls a third box full of soda cans. I've never seen this brand before. It's the one that makes Emily puke, isn't it? Snuck in? Why would you have to sneak regular soda into... Holy shit, dude! Those were pulled off the market for a reason! Despite her admonishment, I still notice Rebecca's glistening eyes as she oogles the mystery cans. Emily is just as confused as I am, though. These are like 10 times more powerful than Blue Bowls! Blue Bowls?! Oh no, what an unfortunate name. So yeah, I saved for months to get this batch. It's probably the last one on this side of the country. Is it safe? No, duh, but all things aren't. All good things aren't. You're scaring Emily and Dev, Theo. Look, it's not that bad. So it made some kids super mega hyperactive and made some middle schooler probably allegedly become insulin resistant. The lawyers couldn't prove that in court. But it should be mostly safe for adults, drunk in moderation. I'm drinking a dozen of these and you're not stopping me. I'm also not covering your medical expenses. Anyway, the game. So, thanks to Dev, we're all united here today, and I had some ideas for our project's genre. Emily quick draws a seemingly pre-written card.
No rhythm.
Emily and I talked about this earlier. We think that rhythm games should be totally out of the question. Why? Rebecca shrugs. Not her thing. Let's just put a pin on that and return to that later. I also have some suggestions. A fighting game, a platformer, or an RPG, or a visual novel could be good. Maybe a Metroidvania. All of those have been done quite often, but they would give us a good starting point. They can be as simple or as complex as we want. A platformer, for example, we could have a fully 3D adventure or a more simple 2D side-scroller. Which means we can focus on the gameplay loop, look at what was done before and improve on it, make it unique to us. The three of them look to me. Have I misspoken? Maybe I shouldn't have said anything before Theo did. He laughs. Dude, you just put all of my ideas into a concise couple of sentences. Aw man, I knew you were the right guy for this the moment I saw you. Aw, hey Theo, do you want Emily and I to give you two some space? Shut it, Becca. I'll have you know that I already let Dev down gently. Emily laughs. What do you mean you... No. Oh no. Would have been funny to get into, but not now. Do they still make balls? I remember that back in high school. I remember there was another drink called Pussy, which was funny. Oh. Rebecca's burning question is cut short when the door swings open, revealing none other than Elliot. I don't know whether seeing our dorm's head would have been better or worse, because the expression Elliot's got on his face is both piercing and disgusted. You femoids! What? That's not a question. He pinches the bridge of his snout and sighs loudly. Theo, I know it's almost estrus season, but... Emily immediately recedes in on herself, but it only serves to rile Rebecca up. Ugh! Why would I be here if this is what that was? Oh, hello, Rebecca. She simply flips him off in return, and his impatient gaze returns to Theo, awaiting an answer. Okay, I can see you're annoyed, but the reason we're all here will totally cheer you up. We're making a game. What? Another one of your projects? Elliot regards me as I glance quickly at the girls. Emily's face is, as usual, hidden behind her fringe, and Rebecca just sighs. You guys know this is what he does, right? Look, Elliot, I already told Dev about it. We know, but we're going to give it a try. There's a pause, and then Elliot rolls his shoulders. We? Has he finally convinced people to work with him? Emily points at me, grinning from ear to ear. Blood rushes to my cheeks as Rebecca follows suit. No, but he did. Theo seems like he wants to protest, but I just want to leave. Or maybe to say something to defend him. The chance to do anything is taken from me when Elliot speaks again. Okay, fine, I won't say anything about this, but I want in. What? Emily lulls her head to one side. Theo, on the other hand, smiles brightly. Sweet! Wait, just 1 second. Emily can draw, I can write, Theo can code, and Dev can make us feel enough pity for him to actually see this through. Hey! And I guess he can write the documentation or memos or whatever, but what can you contribute to the team? As my phone goes off. Oh, I had a phone call to the door? What the fuck? Who's calling me to the door? Crazy. Hold on. Do I have a voicemail? I don't even know if you can leave a voicemail on that. Nope. Unless they misdialed. Crazy. Unless that was going off and I didn't hear it. Shit. Come on, Becca. Elliot can do something. He's a business major. For instance, do you guys even have a project lead? We are a democracy, you fascist. Elliot scoffs at that. Besides, we don't need you or anyone else mucking up our vision. And how long did this vision of yours take to form? 2 days. Actually, or more like a few hours. It's a work in progress. But you didn't tell us what you can do other than usurping creative control. Elliot almost fires back, but seems to think better before calmly responding. A week. Give me a week and I'll prove what I can do for you all. But why? I've seen enough Theo projects crash and burn last year. He shifts his weight from one foot to the other visibly. If he's putting up a team to make one of his ideas actually work, then I want in. I've got to see it to believe it. He rolls his eyes. That's something about doing things yourself if you want them to be done right. So, give me a week to prove that I can do... to prove what I can do for the team, and you won't regret having me on. I'd never regret... I'm sure I will. Becca! Elliot saunters dramatically to his side of the room and sits on his bed a ways away from any of us. Where were we? Yes, the genre. No open world survival crafting stuff. Does everyone already have an opinion on the game? Our game? Oh no. Socialism. Communism. I won't accept any communist propaganda in my game. Emily has written the words.
I'm just happy to be here.
Exactly. Our game. And because it's our game, I can already tell that the rhythm games, open RPGs, crafting, all of that, absolutely out of the scope of your merry band of misfits. And that seems to put Emily and Rebecca at ease, the former returning to nod in agreement with her roommate. It's either your merry band or our merry band. Make up your mind, Elle. Elliot sneers. Our merry band of misfits. I pat Theo on the shoulder and give him a grin. Okay, fine. No rhythm games, no open world RPGs with crafting. No immersive sims either. No sims at all, really. Ah! We go over each of our individual strengths and try to connect them with our collective efforts to see how they mix. Emily's art style leans into the cutesy side, yet still detailed, and I know that Rebecca's writing is mostly fantasy-oriented and purple prosy. I have yet to read any of Theo's code, but Elliot says Theo is super fast at making elaborate yet very readable stuff. But before we start really getting into these discussions, Theo stands holding out his illicit energy drinks. If I may, I would like to toast. Emily and I look sideways at the beverage, but ultimately decide on a single symbiotic sip, with the siblings drinking the rest for us. Actually, I gotta check something real quick. I'm sorry. Alright, just had to close a window. Because if I didn't, it'd start to get colder. We'll call it mixtape. Oh no. We're gonna make mixtape. Time for a can of Pervitin soda. I get the feeling that Dev's comment about Rebecca's prose being purple was actual criticism the writers of Devlog received. Oof. Even Elliot cracks open a can. What's the toast to? Theo taps his finger against his chin. I guess to friendship? Gay? Alright, alright. How about to making a game then? To that, we all nod, and with that sentiment, we all cheers before taking a swig. I'm gonna say it. Cheeto. I don't even need to see a face to know it's Cheeto. Tastes like battery acid. I feel like I'm about to hurl, but then Emily actually does, and I follow suit. Like only Theo and Rebecca can handle it. Also, Shido. Theo! Hey, I didn't even do anything! Rebecca just about splits a gut laughing before comforting a queasy Emily. Theo also gifts me with an Appalachian Dew to purge the acrid taste from my mouth. You think that'd be a night ender, but after initial cleanup, everyone's still in relatively good spirits. Save Elliot, and we get the ball rolling. First step is deciding on a direction, a genre, so we all start throwing out ideas wildly as if we were paid a commission for each. Not all of them are helpful or even good, but in their own way help us to get to the good ideas. Once we got a heading, we can actually start planning and divvying up the tasks. And then the real work starts. Unlocked a new photograph. Wait, having listened to Porker's other streams of Devlog, there were quite a bit of editing done, yeah. At least the bands feel natural, unlike in Wani Gemu. That's true. Why not just drink normal coffee? These are teenagers, man. Well, not teenagers. They're young adults. Coffee. Who drinks coffee before they're 30? It's my second week here at CCC. It's well past midnight, and I can't seem to fall asleep no matter what. He's not in his pajamas. My mind is just too active, abuzz with the week's worth of schoolwork, and the looming idea that I'm actually helping design a game. I sit up and walk towards the window to peer out at the illuminated quad below. It's just as barren as one might expect at this hour, with harsh fluorescent lights casting artificial moonbeams across the grass. We've had a few more of our late-night rendezvous. We realized it couldn't be an every-night thing when one of the campus security guards almost caught us with Emily hanging from the building one night. Alia has been attending regularly too, with each question of what he's been adding being met with a, "I've got a week, don't I? Just trust me," and other non-answers. Thinking of the video game, though, that brings up another issue. Me. Well, I guess it's more like an issue of my inability to give us a solid direction so far. Beyond that first meeting, we haven't made much headway. Sure, ideas have been tossed around, but it was much more of a hangout with friends than anything, which, hey, I'm not exactly complaining about. But that initial vote of confidence from everyone, giving me the title of lead designer, it felt sort of undeserved. I realize I don't know the first thing about being a lead designer, or what a lead designer really even is. Surely it isn't enough to have put together such a ragtag crew, something Elliot is unhelpfully very vocal of. So what else am I missing? I think one of the U-snooters I watched said something about writing the game document or whatever, when I first looked up how you even make a game. Something to keep all of our ideas written down in one place. I guess it's as good as a start point as any. I sit back on my bed and pull out my old trusty crap top. Even with the patches of dead pixels splotching its screen, I'm blinded by the surprisingly quick boot up. This thing's kind of a marvel, honestly. I know the specs, but it was already outdated when I bought it a decade ago. It was my first personal purchase from a paycheck I earned myself. But then I remembered how my parents just forgot to pay the power bill that month, and I couldn't even use it for weeks. I checked the time, 2:03 a.m. The best time of day to actually get work done, right? We finally decided on our genre recently. Fighting game, Metroidvania, visual novel. I guess we gotta go with the visual novel, don't we? Fuck it. I didn't think I'd agree to the idea of a visual novel, but here I am, finally convinced of it. Theo seemed disappointed at the idea initially, but Elliot was able to quickly convince him that fine-tuning and immersing the player with the sprite's choreography is the coder's job. Not to mention the small little additions and minigames to keep things interesting. Well, yeah, the minigames, right? We haven't checked our phone in a while, have we? Dad. Oh boy. This is the worm I have sex with when you have a... Wait. This is the worm I have sex with when you have a headache. That's Garfgo. I'm talking to the fucking Garfgo. Boomer joke. Well, did you see what I sent? Yeah, Dad, it's funny. I thought so. How have you been, bud? Mom said you were going to call us to brag about the college life sometime. Yeah, I've just been busy is all. No, I get it. Hey, if your old man would have killed it if he went to college. I'm proud of you, Dev. Thanks, Dad. I'll try and call you guys soon. Love you. Love you too, kiddo. The team. Oh, this is everyone. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. We got some reading to do. I figured since we're all working on this group, we should have some sort of group chat. So we can all talk easier. Well, why not just get Discord, buddy? Awesome. Good thinking. Thumbs up. I'm assuming that's Emily with smiley face. Rebecca. Oh, Emily, I forgot to tell you. Rebecca agreed to be our writer. Upside down smiley face. Middle finger. Pointing. More middle fingers. Heart. Handshake. What was all that? Ignore them, Dev. My sister is a simple person that still uses hieroglyphics to talk. It's nice to see she finally found someone that can communicate with her. Emily, draw him pregnant. What the fuck? Gasp. Shush. Anyway, now that we're all on board, how's everyone's schedule looking for a meeting? Everyone cool with my room? Elliot should be out like all night. Sounds good to me. Bro, are you actually for real right now? Huh? How the hell are me and Emily gonna get in your room? Pretty sure your RA knows my face now. Remember when the ladder... Wait. Remember that the ladder to our treehouse broke? No. Wait, really? I remember I'm saying I'm not doing that. I don't like the sound of this. Wait.
I don't like the sound of this.
Am I missing something? Nah, don't worry, Dev. If anything, it'll be even easier with Emily. That's a good point, actually. Long face. Can you elaborate? Probably better if we don't leave a record. Just show up before 8 and be sure to stretch. Okay. When do you guys want to meet up next? Sometime before the heat death of the universe. So anytime between now and 10 to the power of 100 years? Approximately. Maybe a day after that. Do you guys actually talk about anything useful in here? Until Elliot's profile picture is Shido. Raptor Christ, Elliot. Elliot jump scared. Rebecca, please, wait.
Rebecca, please, I'm trying to go to bed.
Then put your phone away. I'm being serious. Shouldn't we follow up and decide on our next move? I really feel like we're missing something important. How about tomorrow? Maybe 8:30 in the library. Asshole says works for me. I should be able to make it. Fuck. Yeah, me too, I guess. Thumbs up. Alright, sounds like a plan. See you all tomorrow. Mail. Student Loan Forgiveness Department. Oh, is this the scam? Urgent, your student loans have been forgiven. Dear student first name, great news! The Department of Higher Education has selected you for account for 100 leave. To claim your 50,000 direct deposit, kindly purchase 200 in App Store gift cards and reply to this email with the codes to verify your identity. Do not delay. The offer expires in 12 hours. Of course. windy. Calendar Saturday. Oh, it's saved. Okay, never mind. Phone calls. No calls. Okay. Oh god, it's Mango. Oh yeah, Garfgo. Wani Gamu goes for quantity over quality. Yeah. Bro, they're making a visual novel. Bro, that's so meta, bro. Oh. Once he was fully sold on the idea, we had a debate over what a visual novel actually entails and what makes one good or bad. What am I clicking on? Rebecca and surprisingly Elliot seem to butt heads on the hardest on this. Rebecca argues that an engaging story alone is more than enough, while Elliot points out that it's the characters and players' choices that elevates it from a regular novel. Posture check. Water. Ooh, got a good crack out of my neck. Let's go. After the initial conflict, Rebecca eventually comes to agree with him very begrudgingly, and we all set about deciding what kind of visual novel to attempt. Our first idea ended up being the most unique, a visual novel centered around the career of a rock star who was never trying to make it big. It would follow their trials and tribulations as they grapple with the rise, or lack thereof, to stardom, and the complications that present. Tensions run high at the possibility of integrated music minigame, with Rebecca screeching that it better at least be able to be failed or I'm not writing for it, which is fair, I suppose. I mean, who in their right mind would have a rhythm game with zero consequences if you lose? Is this a reference to Worlds Collide? Oh. It also brings up the brief idea of what a game about a rock star would have for music. Elliot puts a band-aid on the issue for now, saying that there's loads of royalty-free and licensed libraries we can use. Someone, and I really can't recall who, also said Wizard Cop late into one of our sessions and that the rest of our sleep-drunk band took it to the extreme. Wait, what? That extreme came in the form of a wizard investigating magical... Oh, this. Is this a parody of Dino Cop? Investigating magical crimes and disturbances like a police detective. The idea definitely feels unique, if only because most other executions of magical or alien underworld law enforcements are usually hit or miss. We end up taking a much more episodic approach with several entirely unique investigations that ultimately culminate in the uncovering of a conspiracy at the highest level for the player to topple. The surrounding world building alone can be run wild in any number of ways, so we spent most of the remaining time workshopping unique case ideas with only a handful of memorable hooks for me to write down. There were some reluctant murmurings when the idea of a romance VN came up. It became a bit tense when the pitched main characters quickly became a Saurian businesswoman, and the love interest, a human country boy whose farm she comes to work on through necessity before invariably falling for him. I mean, I'm aware of those kind of novels and may, not admitting anything, have peruse them from time to time back in the day, but being the only human in the room made the idea feel incredibly awkward. I think Emily picked up on it and was quick to pull a head of full, luscious locks on his head just to differentiate her simplistic sketch from me. I'll have to thank her for that later. Embarrassment aside, the sketches oozed characters in a way that drew everyone into the idea despite the polarizing genre. The idea definitely had legs, reluctant as some of us were to admit. At the very least, it was memorable enough for me to write it down now. We've definitely got some strong concepts, but that being said, I find myself filling in a lot of blanks and providing branched paths for us to pursue for each idea. I guess that's what a project lead does, but it feels awkward to be making demands of others like this. It'll still be a group discussion, but I do my best to flesh out each choice and give them all equal footing to start on. My points mainly consist of mechanical directions, focal points for the story, and so on. Still, for as much as I'm typing, there's a nagging feeling that I'm missing something. I push the unhelpful thoughts aside for now, certain it will come to me when it matters. Locks on his head. Did I screw that one up? It's just one of those days, buddy. The dino among us. Finally, after hours of typing up a storm, I have something I can actually present to the group. Wait. Stone. Hours? What time is it? 6:52 a.m. I crane my head upwards to see that sunlight is already spilling into my room for the window behind me. Crap! Did I seriously stay up all night? I'm screwed! I noticed he put up posters finally. I forget what this one is, but he's got Halo. And this is Star Wars, isn't it? Or something. I don't know what this is. It's something. It feels like I've seen this before. I don't know. And then there's a poster behind him. No, calm down, Dev. All you need is a quick cat nap and you'll survive. I turn off my alarm for 7:30 a.m. this time and set another one for 8:30. Like the seconds really make a difference, I quickly take my jacket off and make a break for my bed. Somehow, though, shutting my eyes and forcing them closed doesn't help me fall asleep any sooner. With my mind rushing so quickly, I don't actually have any idea when my mind finally drifts off. Up and at 'em. I rushed to class with less time than... Wasn't it just Saturday? Wasn't it just Saturday? Check phone. Check phone. Back it up. Check your phone. It won't let me. I swear, we checked the phone calendar and it said Saturday. What is this? Did we just hibernate the weekend away in front of a fucking computer? Oh, the Star Wars poster looks like one of the many shitty sequel ones. Sounds about right. Alright, up and at 'em. Just have to be smart about it. I mean, I don't feel exhausted right now, and aside from Mr. Hawthorne's class, I only have musical theory to worry about. That's only 2 classes, so it should be more than manageable. Right. How does someone, like, just sit up there, like, 2 days straight, just computer? I've made an incredible miscalculation. The realization comes all too late upon waking up far worse off than when I sat down for my cat nap. I was doing alright, but that hour and a half does wonders to exhaust me in ways only a poorly timed nap can. My head feels like it's full of sand and that I'm on the verge of conking out the second I get too comfortable, and Mr. Hawthorne is losing no steam in today's lecture. The seconds are dragging on as I watch the clock above his head, and I try to tune into the lecture, but I barely have a mind for this stuff at the top of my game. So, to reiterate, factoring irrational expressions is quite simple. Your first step should be balancing the equations and collecting like terms to sort them. Okay, what day is it? Why are we on school on a Saturday? Or is it Tuesday? Was this supposed to be like a holiday? What is up with the phone? I'll go back. No, that's not. Put the phone away. Time warp. Sunday school. Your first. No, I read that. Then of course comes factoring out the Then of course comes factoring out the binomials from the trinomials. Which step, he explains, adds the growing hieroglyphics on the blackboard. We won't be dealing with quadrinomials in this class, but for all of your sake, we will do a few of them for fun in case I end up having you in subsequent courses. For fun? I'm suddenly certain of one thing about my future: I will avoid math like the plague. I'll get the prerequisites done, but then skate by on the rest of my life eyeballing stuff in the imperial system like any good American. But that doesn't save me from suffering right now. Well then, it's time to try some yourselves. I'll write a few on the board, and give you some time to work them out before we come back together to solve them. Mr. Hawthorne plasters 3 behemoth equations on the board, one of which has suspiciously more components than a trinomial, and then sits at his desk to grade our quizzes from last week. I cast my eyes down at the paper before me. It's blank. Whose fault is that, I wonder? I shake my head, not doing much to remove the heady haze I find myself in. Turning my head to my right, I see Emily already done. At least I assume she is. She's currently in full drawing mode, swaying her head side to side as she doodles. I could always just ask her for the answers. Maybe explain that I'm not doing so hot and that I'd appreciate the favor. Or I could put those notes of hers to use. I decide to... Well, this is definitely... I'm pretty sure this is a Emily thing. Oh god, you can move left or right subtly. Oh god, that is so weird. Save. We will fumble the bag. Shame be damned, I'll just ask her to share the answers. I should just use the notes and not bother her. We're close enough that it wouldn't be weird to ask her outright for the answers. I mean, we are close enough to have become video game development buddies already, and that's honestly closer than I was to a lot of old friends. I gather my nerves and tap her forearm. She jumps slightly before looking at me through her visor of hair. She curiously tilts her head lightly to ask as if to ask, what's up? No.
What's up?
I write out my message on the blank notebook page. Can I see your answers? She frowns at that, but doesn't outright refuse yet. I quickly add on to the request. I didn't get much sleep and I'm barely hanging on right now. Just this one time, I swear. Emily weighs the heartfelt plea, pursing her lips from one side to the other. Finally, she shakes her head and writes her own note.
I didn't do the assignment.
There's a little doodle of herself on the bottom doing a little shrug. Well, crap. I can't exactly complain. I was asking to copy her answers, after all. Maybe, since neither of us did it, then we could work on it together. Her head drops slightly and she purses her lips at my question. Is that too presumptuous? I mean, with us working on the game and knowing each other for like a week, I thought... I should have not assumed we were friends. She scribbles something down on a note.
I'm not very good at this class. You probably don't want my help.
Why wouldn't I want your help? I'm sure you can't be worse than me at... Before I can finish, she pushes a note at me, nearly knocking me out of my seat.
This is my second time taking this class.
Oh. Well, either way, I would still like your help. I try to give my best reassuring smile, which surprisingly seems to work, since she gives me her own weak one in return. Emily closes her sketchbook before taking out her scratch paper. Her mathematical notation is just as neat as her handwriting. She starts by rewriting Mr. Hawthorne's steps out and then correlating them to her own steps before passing it off to me. She factored in the trinomial in the numerator, while the denominator is left to me. I have no clue how to tackle it. X squared... Is that minus or negative 2? Negative 2x minus 8. Those are certainly numbers. What is the method again? Something about one of the numbers equaling the sum and the others equaling the product? Geez, Mr. Hawthorne couldn't be more abstract if he tried. I try and fruitlessly split the equation several times, erasing over and over with each error. Emily is patiently standing by, only giving me a nervous thumbs up whenever I look to her for help. But after enough floundering on my part, Mr. Hawthorne is back to the blackboard before I even solve the first equation. Alright class, let's get to it, shall we? I hope you forgive me for throwing a quadrinomial at you. I promise we'll cover how to do them in a moment. Dev? My head shoots up, and the adrenaline spike waking me up faster than a triple-shot espresso straight. Yes, sir? What is the first step to solving this equation? Breaking up the trinomial, sir? Yes, very good. What does that look like for the numerator? I glance at the only step Emily completed. X plus 3 times x minus 4. And I'm sure we all see how Dev got that. There's nods and murmurs all around us. Huh? Even I don't know how I got that. And what about the denominator? You and Miss Bennett were working on the assignment together, correct? Surely with 2 heads you can answer my question. We didn't get that far. Mr. Hawthorne pinches the bridge of his nose and sighs in exasperation. Oh, I see. When he looks back up, the brontosaur next to me practically collapses on herself. He doesn't say anything, but the scolding is implicit and far louder than words. Very well. Richard, what did you get when factoring the denominator? Despite quickly moving past it, Mr. Hawthorne's wordless admonishment leaves Emily listless. She simply buries her head under her own neck and refuses to draw anything, following along with the lesson timidly. A pang of guilt bites at me. She was just trying to help me, but I could have told her not to bet on me coming through in this case. Emily definitely didn't deserve that, but now we're both left feeling worse for it. The rest of the class passes like a kidney stone, having learned nothing and only embarrassing my maybe friend. Mr. Hawthorne ends up dismissing us a few minutes early. He casts one judgmental glance back towards us before shaking his head and leaving. I suck my teeth and rub my face vigorously to wake up even a little bit. I'd like to blame that whole thing on sleeplessness, but that feels cheap. I slowly turn to Emily, who still hasn't started packing up her things. Hey, Emily? I clear my throat. Emily? Hey, Emily? She finally shifts herself out of her neck cocoon to peer at her hair-shaded eyes at me. Sorry about that. I mean, you just tried to help me, and I know you don't see it that way, but it seems like Mr. Hawthorne has it out for you. That doesn't wash my hands clean, but it wouldn't have happened if not for me. Emily frowns, casting her eyes down and simply shaking her head. She doesn't move to draft a defense or any response at all. She just starts packing up. I guess that's fair. I decide not to push the issue and just pack up myself. I finish well ahead of her and glance towards the door. So, I'm gonna head to lunch. Sorry again. We still meet in the library today? She doesn't look at me, but almost imperceptibly bobs her head. Right. Good. See you then? I watch her for another beat, but when I realize she isn't going to respond again, I slink away with my proverbial tail between my legs. The numerator. Time to bust out the espresso. 2 of the math problems are he'll set the building on fire. What is this, Baldi's Basics? Jeez, what a start to my day. I was hoping my lunch is my saving grace. I head to the cafeteria thinking of possible quick fixes for my current malaise. I'm barely lucid as I stumble through the cafeteria. I feel like I'm about to crash. Violently. I'm so out of it that I don't even realize that someone's come up behind me before I feel a hand on my shoulder. It's gonna be Theo jump scare with the face. And in that moment, I feel my soul leap from my body. I don't have any money on me! All at once, my adrenaline is spiked again, and all eyes are in the cafeteria are on me. With my face already heating up, I turn around and see a shocked Theo. Did you actually think a mugger would politely tap you on the shoulder? Despite being the butt of his joke, his infectious laughter cracks a smile onto my face. No, whatever. It was a bit. Yeah, a bit. Whatever. Whatever you say, man. But seriously, you look kinda out of it again. I just didn't sleep all that well last night. Was working on the game. Bro. For a moment, it feels like I'm about to get scolded by a friend again, but then I remember it's Theo. Me too! I was actually typing up such a storm that Elliot left our dorm at an hour early this morning. How much sleep did you get? Like an hour and a half? Ooh, rookie mistake. You should have just toughed it out like I did. As long as I don't shut my eyes for too long, I'm fine. Yeah. So I'm gonna save this. There's a... You have to boop the snoot and the thing is just bugged right now, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Theo blinks at a painfully slow pace, ever-present smile, much more strained than usual. Yep. Right. You sure you're okay? Never been better. It's you I'm concerned about, dude. How are you gonna make it to the rest of today? Wait, we're still meeting in the library, right? Yeah, if I can help it. Well, you know what you gotta do, right? Pray to Raptor Jesus, Buddhasaur, and whatever other deity will listen. Theo laughs before clapping me on the back and nearly toppling me. Nah, man, you just gotta induce a little chemical aid into your system. Well, like drugs? It's the sort. Theo points over to the drink counters off to the side of the lunch line. Dozens of gleaming coffee-making equipment and sugary beverage dispensers line the surface. Pick your poison and use just enough not to kill yourself, and you might make it. I groan. I guess it's kind of lucky that I don't have much of a tolerance for sugar or caffeine. But at the same time, both were a luxury growing up, so I never much gained a taste. But I think Theo's right here. Without something to force me awake, I won't stay conscious in class. With my options limited, I guess I'll choose coffee, black as oil and just as bitter. Creamer with a touch of coffee. A big sip with some random energy drink. Oh, let's go basic. Theo watches me with a judgmental look as I open and pour a pack after pack of creamer well before any coffee. I figure the sugary creamer and a touch of coffee is a good middle ground option here, and at least I'll be able to stomach it now. The first sip is a foamy one and goes down poorly. It's sickeningly rich, but I've already committed now. This is the price I pay for my hubris this morning. I pay for my drink and Theo for his food. I resist getting anything at Theo's recommendation. Dev is probably going to need crack to stay awake. White monster. A can of mother, what? Theo and Dev pull out a white powder and begin viciously railing lines. Oh, I'm gonna take a quick break to stretch out my neck. I will be back in like 5 minutes. I'm feeling a little bit better. Oh. Alright, here be gone. My throat is sore from all the Emily, the smoker voice. Like, I'm starting to develop a sore throat. So this is great. Maybe I should skip a day. I'm thinking. If you eat too much, it'll just make it harder. Trust, I've had plenty of all-nighters. I shrug and accept the advice. But I find it odd that he goes on to pile his plate high with ham. Well, that's his advice. I'm sure he'll know what he's doing. I think. We take a seat at our normal spot, and I quickly notice Rebecca's absence. Where's your sister? Oh, you know. No, I don't. No. That's why I asked. Theo rubs his neck sheepishly. She got held back in her last class for being disruptive. Whoa, so she got detention? No, Dev, this is college. We don't have detention. Then why'd she willingly stay behind? Oh, because college professors can just hold your grade hostage. Nah, that makes much more sense. As unfortunate as it is for Rebecca, I'm glad it's just Theo and I for now. I can only imagine how much she'd be ribbing at me for staying up all night. The two of us commiserate our poor life choices and talk about classes. Video game talk is later, we decide. Though I'm curious what has kept Elliot up working on. Theo has to leave for one of his classes, so I make my way to Mr. Jablinski's at a snail's pace, since the class isn't due to start for a while. Even my best efforts to wake my tired mind and body have only resulted in an increased heart rate and a slow crash. I'm tired of them putting chemicals in the water, turning the frickin' tarots lanky. Ugh. Okay, did we get anything new? I doubt it. Oh, no new mail. Oh, we do have Theo text. That is the schizo postings. I think I'm doing it, Dev. Doing what? Ascending! Like, going upstairs? I don't have a good track record on roofs. First of all, rude, if true. Secondly, I think I'm ascending to godhood. The sleeplessness has left mine eyes, and all is made clear to me. Theo, I'm feeling better too, but I'm 90% sure this is just the stabilization before the crash. Apostasy? To think I was going to invite you into my new world to rule by my... Huh? Okay, you may be right. Hang in there, man. We just gotta get through that meeting later. No, shouldn't be anything else. I arrive at the music room about 10 minutes early and take a seat at the back. I almost make the mistake of laying my head down before jolting back up. As chill as Mr. Jablinski is, I doubt he'd let me catch some disease in the middle of his class. Abigail is the second to arrive. I give her a tired wave, which she reciprocates more earnestly. The class fills up quickly, not long after that. When the bell rings, Mr. Jablinski is still nowhere to be found. Everyone sets about talking amongst one another to fill the silence. And I find myself desperately clinging to consciousness. Everyone jolts when the classroom door is suddenly kicked open. Skadoosh! Mr. Jablinski struts up to the front of the room. Sorry, ladies and gents. Had another one of those curricular meetings everyone else is so focused on. So in honor of saying screw you to that, he takes a look around the patchy classroom distribution. No. This won't do. Come on, everybody. Pull a chair onto the front. You gotta really get into the music to feel it. He waits for everyone to move, prompting a lot of groans and reluctant seat shuffling. Dev! And text message. Oh, I definitely don't care about these. I start at the sound of my name. Yes, sir. Come up and sit next to Abigail. Don't think I didn't notice you trying to hide in back there. Hide in the back there. I'm losing it. Maybe I should take a day. A day off. It's him, Steve. His first name should be Steve. Be funny. Steve. Now it's my turn to sigh. I was hoping to stay on the down low in this class, but at least I've met Abigail already. I trudge to the front and sit beside her. Hi, it's Dev, and hi, Abigail. Oh, of course. It's a tricky name for me. Sorry. It's no problem. After everyone's moved closer to the front, Mr. Jablinski stands in front with an electric guitar in hand. Rock on! Now, as I was saying, in honor of giving the bird to things like expected curriculum and academic decorum, I'm about to ask you all one of the most single important questions of this class. And the students in the back trying to get in a quick nap suddenly perk their ears up at that. I'm just as curious. What question could be that important? What is your favorite music genre? He strums out a riff on his electric guitar that the class collectively groans. Mr. Jablinski makes a bunch of weird mouth sounds as he plays before pointing to Abigail. Abigail, what's your favorite genre? Classical, of course. I see. He nods along before pointing to her again. Why? Why, I like classical music. Mr. Jablinski urges her on with another nod. Because they are classic. Tchaikovsky, Vivaldi, Handel, they were all geniuses. Well, duh, but you didn't tell me why you like it. Abigail seems frozen on the spot at that. Music is more than just composition and popularity. I mean, hey, I'd say White Sabbath is a classic as it gets, but everyone has their own likes for a reason. Music speaks to you. Could you imagine not being able to tell your parents why you love your boyfriend? Well, in that case, I'm your music dad, and no daughter of mine will get with any 2-bit genre like mumble rap. Mr. Jablinski shivers at the thought. Unless you can make me see a little bit of what you see in it. That's all this question's trying to do. I won't put you on the spot anymore, but I'll ask you again around finals, so everyone keep that in mind when you think of your answer. Abigail looks pretty down in the dumps after that. She's just staring at her desk with a furrowed brow instead of her usual attentiveness. I'm about to ask her what's wrong when Mr. Jablinski fires off another riff and points at me. Dev! Favorite music genre, go! No thinking, feel it. First thing that comes to mind. My mind goes blank on being put on the spot like this. First thing that comes to mind, huh? Pop music, alternative rock, mumble rap. I'm wondering if this is a choice that affects, Abigail. Just go with mumble rap to fumble the bag. Probably mumble rap. As soon as it escapes my lips, I have the urge to slam my head into the desk as hard as possible. Death grips. Only death grips. And why do you like it? Mumble rap, Dev? I don't have the venom. Wait, I don't like the venom in those words. Because I'm drawing a blank. I've definitely listened to it before, and it does range in quality, but I'm panicking under his gaze right now. The use of language for the lyrics is so unique. Unique is right. But that doesn't make me feel any different about it. I don't have the energy to dig any further, but you're gonna have to come at me again with that again, Dev. I expect the most passionate defense I've ever witnessed when finals come around. Understood, sir. Definitely something I'll have to prepare for. Probably more so than the final exam itself. Now, who has something better for me? Looking back at Abigail, she's just down in the dumps as before
As before I had given my answer, she doesn't even seem to be paying attention anymore.
Man, my voice is fucking raw.
I mean, he didn't exactly check her on her answer. Wait, I mean, he didn't really check her on her answer that hard, did he? Definitely not worse than what I got. Even the teasing she received on the first day didn't get her like this. I hesitate for a second, but decide to check on her. Hey, Abigail? Abigail, you okay? She looks up, seemingly in surprise that I'm talking to her. What? Oh, yes. Yes, I am fine. Alright, just figured I'd ask. You aren't acting like your normal self. Was it Mr. Jablinski's question? Or something else is what I want to add on to that. I've only caught glimpses of it after our first day, but I can see that her parents still hound her constantly. In a twisted way, I'm thankful I don't have to experience the same college. College is rough enough on its own. No, well, I mean, yes. I don't know. I don't know why I wasn't able to answer him correctly. Well, there wasn't really a correct answer. Of course there was. It would be the one where he agreed if he saw what I did in classical music, but I couldn't even do that. Abigail looks even more dejected after that. I decide not to push it any further. Well, hey, you'll have until finals to think on it, right? Right. That seems to set her on edge more. She starts chewing on her nails, already worrying about finals. I want to tell her there's plenty more time to think about it, prove it to Mr. Jablinski in person even, but I don't want to dig myself into a deeper hole than I already have. Mr. Jablinski blitzes through the rest of the class much faster, giving out preliminary passes or fails like a Roman emperor granting them mercy or death. Okay, class, not bad. Just remember to keep that question in mind for finals. I'll expect you to be... Oh, shoot! It's already that time? How did I... So, class, I have something I have to dip out for real quick, so here. Mr. Jablinski scrambles for a stack of worksheets and messily divides them amongst the front row students. I'll be right back, Rockstar's promise. Just work on these till I get back, and if any administrators come by, tell them... I don't know that I'm doing something heroic and selfless somewhere else on campus, like rescuing a baby from a raging fire. Alright, gotta go. Wait, Mr. Jablinski, can we use the books on the... Yeah, yes, of course. Work together, too. Whatever you gotta do. And with that, he slams the door shut behind him, and the sound of him bounding down the hall echoes for a solid minute. When it's apparent that he really just cut and run, most students begin surfing their phones and talking amongst one another. Abigail, however, is quick to begin the assignment. Probably not a bad idea. Best case scenario, Mr. Jablinski makes this extra credit rather than required classwork. The worksheet is unbelievably easy, covering the very first chapter of our textbooks, which has things as simple as the classes of instruments as questions. With softball questions like these, I can easily do them all on my own. But I could also use the time to chat with Abigail a bit, hopefully get her mind off of the start of the class and lighten the mood. It's a tough choice, but I decide to... just focus.
Why is Abigail edging? Whoops. Like I said, I've been at this since Tuesday. My mind and my voice are degrading. I think I'm going to take Sunday off. And maybe Monday. I don't know. Yeah, I heard about the restock. Alright, just focus on work. This is music class after all, not some free period. We can always talk when we're both done, though Mr. Jablinski will probably be back by then. I glance back at the rest of the class to see that Abigail and I are the only ones actually doing the worksheet. And work we do, in complete silence, while the rest of the class gabs on. I almost doze off several times, but am able to will myself awake just barely each time. I'm almost through with the sheet when I feel a light tap on my shoulder. Dev, sorry.
I glance over at her, seeing that she has this nervous pucker on her face. Yeah, what's up? No, nothing up, but I just... Could you help me with this word? I cannot remember what it means. Abigail squirms as she admits it, and she looks like a kid about to be scolded or something, not even meeting my eyes. I glance at the word she's pointing out. Oh, you mean timber? Timber? Timbre. Timbre? Is that how you pronounce it? Why is English so weird? No offense. I chuckle at the hasty apology. No, I get it. It's a weird language. Coming from someone who's from Finland, let's not talk about the Finnish language, huh? I mean, hey, you speak more fluently than I do some days. I swear, back in high school, I forgot how to spell of on my English finals. Needless to say, I barely pulled through with a pass. Abigail giggles at that. I'm sure you're exaggerating, but I appreciate it. Gee, I wish I was. I had the same teacher the following semester, and he worked on the word of into every annotation he left on my essays. Well, it's good to see her looking less somber now. Seems like I was just overthinking it after all, and she continues to talk to me. You would think after so many years I would have a grasp on this. On music or English? Both, I suppose. I've been playing my whole life and learning English for close to 5 years now. Wow, you must have some crazy playlists with stuff I've never even heard of. It is, well, I do not actually have much experience aside from classical composition. Mr. Jablinski didn't seem to share your interest, but I also have never heard of it before. Would you have any recommendations I could listen to? I've been recently trying to expand my horizons, as you say. She's asking me for recommendations? That's a little surprising, especially if she mainly studied classical pieces before. Yeah, sure, how about a trade? You tell me your favorite classical artist, and I give you my recommendations. Abigail nods fervently. Of course, that sounds very fair. We exchange musical recommendations, and I realize after pulling up Snoot just how many lengthy orchestral compositions I now have to listen to. Well, it seems like good studying music at least. Abigail takes down my suggestions, and we use a little time left in the class to listen to some classical pieces on low volume. Seeing her suddenly so giddy and pointing out the nuances of such a production, it tickles at the back of my brain. Though the fog of exhaustion, it almost feels like I'm on the cusp of a major realization. Something that could change everything. Wham. Back in black. Or, back in brown. White, whatever, same difference. Sorry again about that, folks. I'll make it up to you sooner or later with some kick-ass lessons or another. But for now, get the heck out of here early today. Go ahead and drop the sheet on my desk if you filled it out. We'll make it extra credit. Well, there goes that grand revelation. I feel whatever epiphany I was about to have fading away. Oh well, it probably wasn't all that important then. Abigail and I pack up with everyone else already heading out of the door, completely avoiding Mr. Jablinski's desk at the front. We both head up and hand over our worksheets. Whoa, Abby and the Dev Man, doing work. I won't say it was unexpected, but... Mr. Jablinski balls up the sheets, causing Abigail to gasp in horror. 20-point extra credit for each of yous, for playing along. You aren't even going to grade them? Honestly, I doubt either of you would even get the questions wrong, and if you did, you both need way more than 20 measly points to pass the rest of this class. Now get out of here, you crazy kids. Seriously, I got one more class for today, and I still gotta prepare something. More water. Mr. Jablinski is certainly interesting for a professor. At least he is passionate. That he certainly is. I sigh and wipe a hand down my face. The nightmare is almost over, and all I have to do is stay lucid for our video game talk in the library, and I can pass out freely. Actually, while I'm here... Oh, there's the mouse. What do we got? Oh, nothing new. Also nothing new. We're clear. I sigh and wipe a hand down my face. The nightmare's... Oh, yeah, I read that. Are you tired, Dev? It's a little early now, even for my bedtime. Hmm? Oh, yeah, I just didn't sleep much all last night. You know it is important to get good night's rest. It is necessary for day-to-day functions and your overall health. Why did you not sleep? Well, it's not that I didn't want to sleep. I was just busy working on something. I see. Well, do not be so careless next time. Take it from me that you should not push yourself no matter how important schoolwork feels. Actually, now that I think of it, I know what's been bothering me since my early morning writing. We need a musician for the soundtrack to our game. Suddenly, Abigail's phone perforates the silence with a shrill ringing, and she sighs. Well, I should get going. She pulls out her phone, and just before she goes to answer it, I hold up a hand and cry out, Who answers their phone like this? Oh. Wait. Yeah, I answer backwards. What is he? That one Harry Potter character who has, like, Voldemort on the back of his head? What? What is wrong? Nothing's wrong. Sorry about that. I just realized something. Some friends and I are going to try making a video game. We have everything covered. Writing, coding, art, everything except for music. Look, this is going to sound really weird and spur of the moment, so I get if the answer is no, but... Would you like to help us? We're completely aimless when it comes to music right now. I figured with how talented you are and how much you know, you're the perfect choice. Abigail's frozen in deliberation, and fair enough with how much I just dropped on her. She butts her phone against the edge of her mouth, instinctively going for her nails. I'm not that talented as you think. Is this like a phone game? I mean, maybe. We're still pretty early in development, so I don't know for sure, but I do know that we could use you. I am not sure. I'm quite busy with my classwork and other considerations. As if on cue, the phone in her hand stops ringing and then immediately recommences. Yeah, I get that. I was just hoping you'd give it a shot, but... Sorry for dropping it on you out of nowhere. She stares at me intently for a moment before answering her phone and turning away. I figured that's my answer, so I start to head towards the library by myself, honestly a bit dejected. Hello, Mother. No, I'm sorry, I was still in class. Yes, I know, but I'm about to study with, I'm going to study with who? No one! I was going to say with a study guide. My ears perk up at that. I stop in my tracks. I will call you later, I promise. Yes, it's a very important test. Yes, love you, and give Father my love as well. Goodbye. Abigail turns back to me with a nervous smile. I suppose that hearing you and your friends out would not hurt. Where will we be meeting them? I can't help but beam at her as I usher her to follow after me. The library. Everyone else should be there already. Fair warning, they're a bit eccentric, not unlike Mr. Jablinski, but I think you'll get along great with them. Oh boy. Professor Quirrell. Oh. Abigail and I find the others sequestered in the corner of the library, all focused on their work. That is, until Theo spots me and immediately breaks the cardinal rule of the library by slamming his book shut. Guys! Dev's here! A deafening wave of shushes echo throughout the massive room, causing everyone to cringe. Ugh. Theo, you literally just got finished telling us you wouldn't raise your voice above a whisper. Not for, and I quote, all the spit coin in the world. Well, I guess I'm not going to be getting the next split coin billion. Wait, I guess I'm not going to be the next spit coin billionaire after all. I was literally never on the table. Emily swivels her head back and forth, staring down at the staring down at the table they're at before holding up a note.
What are we missing from the table?
Elliot forgot his tampons. Oh, very mature. Can we have one meeting where... When Elliot narrows his eyes at the mousy Strigosaurus, who begins to clean the mess on the table unprompted. Dev, who is this and why is she alphabetizing our books? Oh, did someone actually need a tampon, or... Okay, this is going off the rails fast. I expected it to be to a degree, but not as soon as I arrived. Maybe we should all restart this conversation. Everyone nods along, and with that I take a deep breath, gesturing to Abigail. Everyone, this is Abigail. Actually, I didn't get your last name. Abigail bows in an overly deferential way to the group, eliciting a snicker from Rebecca and a head tilt from Emily. Of course, I'm Abigail Haikinian, and it is nice to be meeting all of you. Whoa, cool accent. Are you French or something? No. I'm actually... Theo, you told me you took French for 3 years. The accent is clearly Scandinavian in origin. Actually, that's a common misconception. Finland is not technically Scandinavian. Oh, know a lot about Scandinavia from your mail-order wife shopping, Elliot. What do you... That's not even how the joke goes. It's Russian mail-order bride. You would know. Only Emily still recognizes the situation as the introduction. It's supposed to be holding up a message.
Hi, I'm Emily.
Abigail sheepishly waves to her. Yes, it is nice to meet you too. I finally take a seat and gesture for Abigail to do the same before lightly slapping my hands onto the table to gather everyone's attention. Okay, round-robin introductions, so we can at least pretend to be normal. Theo, you first. What? Theo? Was that supposed to be French? Alright, Elliot next. Hello, Abigail. My name is Elliot Reddington. A pregnant pause follows. I only wait because it looks like he's about to say more, but eventually his face just falls. Okay, I see. Ha! Seems like the family name means less nowadays, huh? Right, that whole thing. On to Rebecca, I guess. She immediately puts on a haughty voice. Haughty voice? Salutations, my name is Lady Genevieve Elise de Montchalet. Rebecca, come on. She slumps over in defeat. Fine, what he said. I'm Rebecca, whatever. Lastly, Emily. She just holds up the same note before quizzically.
Hi, I'm Emily.
Abigail waves at her again. Hello again, Emily, and all of you, it's very nice to meet you. And back on that subject, why? Why, am I meeting you? Yes. Abigail is just as clueless as everyone else, looking to me for an answer. Because our whole game idea is missing something very important that I think Abigail can help with. Any guesses? Voice acting?
Finances?
Social media management? Sex appeal? Yes, to different degrees, except Rebecca's idea. Don't worry, I'll just bring the sexy with the writing. Please don't. Like I was saying, music. We're missing music. Another volley of shushes makes my heart jump into my throat. Everyone looks at one another before focusing on Abigail. She begins to squirm under their collective scrutiny.
Musician!
Well, yes, I'm a passable violinist and can play other instruments, more or less. I thought we were just going to use royalty-free and licensed stuff. Do we really need her? Well, guys, Dev's the lead designer, right? I think we should trust him. Unless we want some crappy freeware for music, we'll need someone to make the game not sound terrible, so why not?
I'll trust you guys on this.
Clearly, I'm the odd man out here, but I want it noted that it feels like we're just further bloating the team. Noted and disregarded. If Elliot is pissy about it, I'm even more on board. Then welcome aboard, Abigail. Now the head librarian slinks her head around the corner to shush us personally. It seems we've almost exhausted all remaining goodwill here. Dev only asked me to come and hear it out. I'm not sure if I have the time alongside my schoolwork. You're not the only one with classes, you know. Yes, but, it's not easy to explain. No need. You care about your grades more than some randos with barely any plan at all. Elliot, bro. Am I wrong? I look back at Abigail. Not quite the first impression I'd hoped for. I know it isn't much, but would you give it a shot? No commitments. I just really think you're the best person to ask for music help. I think I would like to try, even if it doesn't work out. Emily holds up a quick sketch of all of us throwing Abigail into the air, titled, Welcome to the Team.
Welcome to the team.
Oh my, did she just make that? She works unfathomably fast, but let's get down to brass tracks, Abigail. Abby, may I call you Gail? I would prefer you didn't. Have it your way, but what kind of music do you think is best for a visual novel? They make visual novels these days?
Yeah, I'll be drawing the visual part.
I see. Emily, was it? I'm sorry, but you have perhaps suffering from a cold. I have a wonderful herbal remedy if you'd like. It's simply chamomile tea and local honey. Emily frowns slightly with a shake of her head.
Mute.
Oh, sorry for bringing it up. I remember when we first got to this part, Emily actually spoke up. But they literally made her mute. They don't even let her say anything besides just rasping and wheezing.
It's okay.
After the initial awkward start, we finally get to the meat and potatoes, talking about our game. Unfortunately, my late-night meeting notes are barely explored before another flashpoint happens. This time it's actually a combination of Rebecca and Elliot's bickering, Theo testing his French again a bit too loudly, and Abigail underestimating her phone speaker's power while showing everyone one of her favorite orchestral compositions. The head librarian is on us in a flash. Theo pleads with Elliot to do something, but the Parasaur refuses to throw any weight around over something so stupidly easy to avoid. And with that, we're evicted from the library with extreme prejudice. And even aside from Abigail not seeming the type to break dorm rules, we've had far too many close calls for our former plan to be viable anymore. Oh god! What? Oh no! A Wani Gemu moment! We're all hanging for our crimes. Except Emily. Emily's just chilling. You can't really hang her. Oh, the mucus is getting in, and I can't get it out. Pros maxing. First custom song just sounds like someone died on a church organ. Death Grip's cover of just the two of us. The librarian has been enraged. Amalgamation as they loaded in the zone on the exact spot. What happened here? And they're like super big too, which is funny. Oh. I remember what Hoshin told me, and I can only imagine. Oh. So what now? What? Theo backs away. Well, I was hoping to have a bit more time to put it together. But remember how I said give me a week to prove my usefulness? Only literally every day whenever you open your mouth. Do I live in your mind rent-free or something? Ironic, because I was rarely thinking of you at all. Even when you're right in front of me. Right here, buddy. Anyway, I guess it's time I finally put my money where my mouth is. I've been putting together a little hang spot for us to be able to work at any time of the day. Whoa! Is it like a mega warehouse full of millions of dollars of state-of-the-art game designing equipment? Raptor Jesus, no! We'll fit our needs for the time being. I'll text you all the details tomorrow since it's getting late, and I still have stuff to do. I'll leave adding Abigail. Right? Adding her to the group chat, I'll leave it to you guys. We must go. Our planet needs us. I gotta see that again. That was fucking hilarious. Zoop. Actually, I don't even know if the pop sound effect sounded through the fucking mic. Because of the fucking noise gate. Back on Devlog. Yeah, all merged into the Megazord, but flesh. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. This was Rebecca's doing. She did this. Oh. Elliot walks away without so much as a goodbye to anyone, though Theo gives him an enthusiastic wave. It's just me and Emily. After adding Abigail to the group chat, we all stand around a bit longer discussing what little more we can about the project. I personally feel like I'm about to pass out from sleep deprivation, and everyone else seems keen to head back to their dorms too. Oh great, we're not hanging from the gallows anymore. Alright, Dev, you ready to head back? We could probably get some game time in with Elliot out doing his stuff. Nah, man, I don't get how you're still standing, but I need to sleep desperately. Suit yourself, man. Just be sure to set an alarm for tomorrow, or you'll regret it. I nod along, and I'm about to follow after him at a much slower pace when I realize it's just Abigail and I. Alright, thanks. Thanks for giving this a shot, I mean. I know it can be a little hectic, but do you think you could work with the others? Abigail tilts her head up, thinking. They are all quite eccentric, just as you said to me. Emily is nice and a very good artist. Theo seems very passionate, but his friend Elliot has, as Rebecca said, a stick up his butt. Up his butt. But wait. A stick in his butt. Up his butt. But yeah, he could be like that. And Rebecca, she could be fiery. But I'm so very glad you asked me to come. They were all very nice, considering I just showed up out of nowhere. I can't remember the last time I had talked to so many people at once. No. Yes, I never had much opportunity growing up, and aside from today, I haven't spoke to many of my peers. Her will jolt as her phone ringer goes off again as she grimaces. Well, I suppose it's time to part ways. I will see you tomorrow, then. Yeah, see you then, Abigail. Good night, Dev. Her smile's a bit more crestfallen as she says that, and I watch as she walks away with her shoulders slumped. I turn and make my way to my dorm, in spite of my own poor choices sabotaging me. I had fun. Almost 2 hours in. I wanted to get past the shed stuff, at least. But that's easier said than done. And it only took a week to complete the team and lay out our next steps. With Elliot setting up a base of operations for us, I have a feeling things are about to get very busy. It's stressful, but it's a unique and exciting kind of stress. I'm about to help design a video game with my new friends. You unlocked a new photograph. I end up sleeping more soundly than I have in a long time. When I awaken, I find an early morning meeting request on the CCC app from Counselor Sand. I hope it isn't anything serious, because as far as I'm aware, things have been going really smoothly. I have enough time to laze about a bit longer after accepting the request, so I decide to give my head a quick shave. Imagine voluntarily being bald. Couldn't be me, man. Smooth as butter, Dev. At about a quarter after 9, I exit the dorms and make my way to the admin building. Steam's door is open, just like last time, so I walk right in. Alright, first things first, phone.
Be gone, Femoid. Oh, I can't even read it. Okay. Can't even take out my phone here. Now I want to see him with hair. Yeah, like even 3 weeks retconned it and gave their character hair. I see Dev's a little bit dated here. Has it gotten with the times? I mean, it's so funny going with another bald protagonist when you literally have Tokume. I mean, Tokume kind of like shrugged off that trope. And people love him. They're merging together as like party members in a JRPG, that's true. We shall fear and hunger marry all the Anons into one beast, yes. Dino Balkan, yeah, we made that joke before, right? Or at least chat did. She looks up from her paperwork, noticeably more alert than our first meeting.
Oh, hey, kid, you're a bit early. Or really late. Haven't been up all night hitting the books, have you?
No, nothing like that. I just got an early start. Is being early okay?
Yeah, of course. Take a seat.
As I do, she begins digging around in one of her desk drawers and pulls out a can of soda and hands it towards me. I'm good. She simply shrugs and puts it back into the drawer.
So, just wanted to touch base with you since it's been a little while. How have you been settling into campus life?
I think I finally got a handle on things now. It was a bit touch and go at first, but college courses aren't all that different from high school.
That's good to hear. About what I hear from most freshmen. Did you call your folks? I'm sure they'd like to hear from you that you're settling in well.
Oh, yeah, I guess that was bound to come up. Yeah, I did.
Well, how did it go?
Last thing I want to think about, but if I were going to vent to someone, wouldn't it be the school counselor? Still, I don't want to open that wound just because it's their job to listen. Sort of performative to talk about it just because she asked. Be open and honest. That when Sam leans forward, same lax gaze, but I could see a crease of concentration on her face as she waits for me to continue. Oh wait, I still can't get the phone, can I? Fuck! Let's just bring the phone up here. Oh. Dad was somewhere at the tail end of a six-pack, catching up to Mom. By the time I called, she was already passed out. Even if I called sooner, she wouldn't have been coherent.
Damn, partying so soon after the kid left the nest.
Maybe, but they partied a lot even before that.
I gotcha. My old man was a drinker too.
Not like this. Sam looks down her nose at me, the corner of her smile taunts. I mean, sorry to hear that.
Forget about that, kid. I just want you to know it doesn't have to define you. I sure try not to let it define me, even though I look like a fucking wreck.
Her reassurance rings just a bit hollow, given the hangover she had the last time I saw her. But she is more put together today, so maybe she does get it. Right, it's just rough. I even promised they'd cut back as I left. I was hoping they'd be, I don't know, better. If I got out of the house, maybe they'd be happy for me, or...
Nothing to do with you, kid. Addiction's a hard thing to beat. Doesn't mean they aren't trying. I should know. Not exactly a beacon of virtue myself. You shouldn't take it personally. I'm sure they still love you.
Something Dad might have said if I didn't hang up on him. Yeah.
Anyways, on to a cheerier topic. What about your social life here at CCC? You ever commit to that game project you mentioned?
Yeah, actually, we even got a real team to work on it now.
Really? Tell me more about it.
Well, aside from Theo, who came up with it, and will be on the coding, we've got his roommate Elliot doing something. Then I helped convince Theo's sister, Rebecca, to be our writer. Before that, I also asked her roommate, Emily, to be our artist, and most recently, my classmate, Abigail, agreed to offer her musical talents.
Impressive. What team you're on?
The game development one?
Yeah, but what sub-team you on? What's the right word? Department? Section? You know what I mean. Where do you fit into this?
I don't know. I mean, I try to help with the larger picture, take notes, keep everyone civil, but I really don't have a role.
Well, whatever you're doing, sounds like you're doing it well. I mean, convincing 3 girls.
It's nothing like that. We're just, it just kind of all clicked is all.
I'm just messing with you, kid. Sounds like you're leading your little war band pretty well.
Hold on, I'm not the leader either, exactly. We're a democracy or something.
Well, sometimes leading by example is more than enough, and besides, the best leaders are usually the ones who don't want power at all anyway.
I don't have any power, and I don't really think I want to be the one telling people what they should do. All of them are far more talented than I am.
That's the wrong frame of mind, kid. Was Theo who rounded everyone up?
Not exactly.
Then his sister, Mr. Reddington, perhaps? You get what I'm implying. It's about being the one who keeps pushing forward, finding gaps in what your team can do, and finding solutions.
I've been researching how games are made on you, Snoot.
See, there you go. You don't need to be Mr. Big Dick in the room to be a leader. Sometimes just keeping everyone together is enough.
I nod as her point sets in, even if her point is a bit crude, and only a technicality that lets me feel a tinge of something good.
Hey, enough with that sad boy look. You got a lot of good stuff going on. Just make sure you keep it all balanced with classes and you're golden, kid.
It's actually been pretty smooth so far, unlike my voice. My throat.
That's good.
It's not.
Kid, you shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth if things have been good.
Sorry, what I meant was, like, sure, we've got the game project now, but I don't know how it'll shape up or work out at all. Plus, this is the biggest friend group, project group I've had in a long time. I have no idea how to be a good anything. She called you little dick, Dev. What if they come at me with an actual problem?
Take it as it comes. People are complex, kid. I can give you generic advice all day long. Hell, I can even give my take when it comes to specifics, but above all, everyone, especially college students, want one thing.
And that is?
To learn who they are and like the person they find.
That doesn't sound all that hard.
Most people don't really grapple with who they are until they're challenged. College is a big proving ground for that type of stuff. You're on your own the first time in your life, facing plenty of challenges, meeting new people when you probably knew your entire class from kindergarten to senior year.
Not like I got to know anybody from my kindergarten to senior year. Lunch table friends and classmates, sure, but it's hard to form social circles when you're constantly clocking in and out of shifts. The only difference is I got away from it all, but I was never really there to begin with. Sam must see the concern building on my face as she speaks.
Take a deep breath, kid. Like I said, well, it's not easy thing to pin down. Being a friend is just helping people be their best selves, regardless of what came before.
Huh. She's right. That is complex. Still, on some level, it makes sense. I'm going to be honest. I don't think I fully got it, but I'll keep it in mind.
At least you're honest, kid, but that's all I wanted to talk about. I like to check in every once in a while with you, so don't be afraid to walk in on over if you need me first. That is, anytime from 6 a.m. to midnight, Monday through Friday. Gotta sleep sometime.
I'll be sure to. Thanks for the talk, Sam.
No problem, kid. See you later.
God damn. That cut my time in half for sure. I'm fucking dead. Can I have fun with my phone now? No, I cannot. Oh. Denny but bald.
I heard Zach gets pissed if you say Sam looks like Biken.
Then why make it like... Why make the character look like that?
Why?
There's a bazillion and 2 million designs to choose from. And you chose that. Did you lose a bet? Did someone win a bet?
Oh, my voice. They're only 2 hours in. I hate smoker voice. That makes me not have a voice. Oh, no, I read that. It's supposed to be that blonde chick from Black Lagoon. I wouldn't know. I'm not a weeb. Oh. As I walk out of Sam's office and into the hall of the admin building, the words of wisdom still buzz in my head, and then I feel a very literal buzz in my pocket. Checking my phone, I see that Elliot texted the group chat and everyone else begins to respond. Oh boy, scroll. Movie night. Oh my god, there's so much going on. Okay, this one. Hey guys, I just added Abigail. Hello everyone, it is me, Abigail.
Hello again.
We did already just meet you. Yes, I know, but I was simply being polite. Don't mind him, he's always mean to people with kind souls. See, he can't even properly express himself with words. Hey, it's Scabs. It's Scabs. I did not know if I like that nickname. Noted, not everything's a winner. Where is everyone? Theo, I literally see you from where we're sitting. Oh, there you are. He would not survive in a combat.
Would any of us?
Speak for yourself. I'm a one-woman army and you're a 7-foot-tall behemoth. We would dominate. Thinking emoji. You ever see Mad Mike, Thunderball? Mad Max?
No.
Well, we would be Master Blaster.
I said I never seen it.
Neither have I. But we should do a group movie night. That sounds really fun, actually. Count me in. Great idea. Glad I thought of it. Silence. Oh, let us all remember that 25 years ago on this day, the Parasaurs came together to blow up 2 buildings in New... Oh no. September 11th. We are in September. Oh my god. A 9/11 reference in my Snoop game? Damn, too soon, sis. I don't think that's true, Rebecca. The Parasaurs. I think she means the Rhinorexes. Is that what really happened? I know far less about American history than I should. It's not. She's just being an ass. Of course you would say that. Where were you on September 11th, 2001, Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If this takes place in 2030, and most of these people are barely in their 20s... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, I wasn't born yet. A likely story. Everyone meet me at the library. Yeah, no one here was born, buddy. Turbo Zoomers. Elves even. My god. Elves. They're not gonna make it. What else we got? Oh, wait, there's more. Shit. Elliot got us unbanned after all. Nope, just meet me here. Thumbs up. I get out of my only class soon. We'll be there. Smiling Emily. Dang! I have class all day. Did you say you had no classes? Wait, didn't you say you had no classes today? Fine! This better be good. It will be. Yep, on my way. Bring phone back.
I wonder if this has to do with the hang spot Elliot mentioned. I mean, of course it has to, but why are we meeting at the library then?
Like the good old day. Where were you? The math isn't mathin'.
Stepping outside, I admire the serene morning on campus today. Most days I'd be cooped up in a classroom by now, but today is my free day of the week to get any extra work done. I guess today that means game development duties. Forgive me, Professor Neutron. All calculations must wait. Like I need a reason to procrastinate on them anyway. Now, I saw the phone. Can I click on phone? I like how I can click on my phone and I'm not even on the screen. No new mail. CCC. Oh boy. Today on Remembrance Day, we pause to honor the lives lost, the heroes who answered the call, and the resilience of all who lived through it. We will never forget. They're really going through with this joke, man.
My goodness.
Oh, then we have more. Abigail. Oh boy. Hello, Devin. It is me, Abigail. Devin. There we go. Well, I get that it's an uncommon name, but your phone was really fighting you there. These are some of my favorites. Oh yeah, are these? Oh, I cannot click them. Of course, it's you, Snoot. Classical playlist. Johnny Telvivaria. Vara. And then I send mumble rap playlist. Little Slappy, fuck my car. Oh, I guess this changes for every decision we make for what music we like. I think that's it. What's today? Yeah, it's Friday, the 11th, September. Wait, isn't this calendar different from the one we saw earlier? Hold on. Wait, let's save. Load. Load here. Yeah, load. I like how we can bring this up even during questions. Yeah, September 8th is right here. Oh no. Let me schizo save. What is going on here, guys? We're schizo saving. And we're gonna load. Oh, give me that. Bring up the phone. Where'd the 8 go? It's still September, right? Save. I wish I could zoom in on this shit. I mean, I do have my my app, but I think this is full screen. Yeah, look at these calendars, man. You would just tell. Is Dev time traveling? Petition to retire that Ebonics phrase. Wait, the math isn't mathing. Oh, let me. Where's Zoom? Can I zoom? I cannot zoom. But you could see. They're both September. They both say September, but the calendar's so fucked. My god. They really should have let this baked in the oven some more. I can't. It's hard to defend, man. It's so hard to defend. Oh. What is up? You know what? Blame the Jeets. The Jeets. They keep the fucking Apple. Apple keeps hiring these Jeets. Or sorry, it's Pear. The Pear phone. And they keep hiring these Sarosauruses, and the fucking apps can't even fucking stay together right. They keep fucking hallucinating the days. And you wonder why I don't get any sleep. Fucking Sarosauruses. Dancing Rhinorexes. Small hats intensify. I was talking about the Jeets, not the U's. As I arrive, Rebecca is rambling to Emily, who just nods along. Morning, you two. What's so good about... Ugh, you didn't say good morning, did you? Nope, I didn't. I chuckle at that, with Emily shaking her head in amusement. I notice Emily has a sketchbook in hand as she waves at me, which I reciprocate. Elliot here yet? Rebecca rolls her eyes with a groan. No, Prince Reddington has yet to grace us with his presence. Gotcha. Been meaning to ask, though, what exactly is your problem with him? She stares at me with a blank expression for a moment before quirking an eyebrow. Are you serious? He just doesn't seem so bad to me is all. Oh, just give it some time. He's just so... irritating. It's like he hates his family but name drops himself all the time. Makes sense now why he got annoyed when I hadn't recognized his last name. Well, Theo likes him too. Rebecca merely grumbles at that, so I turn my attention to Emily. How about you, Emily? Any new drawings? Emily nods before opening her sketchbook, but before I can view the page she opens to, she frantically flips to another. Wait, what was on that other page? She looks at me nervously, looking between me and the sketchbook before slowly turning the page back. My eyes rove over a mosaic sketch page, each drawing so varied from the other, with chibi animals alongside sword-wielding warriors. Still, they all look immaculate in their own right. I see. Whoa, why didn't you want me to see this page? Emily blows a hot puff of air from her nostrils before notating at the top of the page.
Not very good.
I tilt my head. Oh, we're all taking our phones out then, huh? Likewise. Rebecca, when I turn on my video game. Like, whatever, I'm out. I tilt my head at that, scrutinizing the drawings more closely, but they still look fine. I just don't see it. They all look good to me. She purses her lips, either unwilling or just unable to retort. She seems proud of her work before. I wonder what's changed since then. But before I can consider asking her outright, Abigail walks up to us. Good morning, everyone. Emily and I oh no, Rebecca's already ready to attack. I reciprocate her greeting, with Rebecca quickly jump on the opening. What's so good about it? She's such a tryhard sometimes. Well, it's quite sunny today, is it not? Rebecca narrows her eyes, when clearly taken out of her sails with a genuine response. Yeah, sure, I guess. Where are Theo and Elliot? Don't know, probably on their way still. How's your morning, Abigail? Very good, Deb. Thank you for asking. I just aced my biology exam and turned in an extra credit assignment. What? The semester's just started and you need extra credit? Well, no, but it couldn't hurt, right? Rebecca hums in response. Before anyone else can speak, we all hear Theo's voice from overhead. Look out below! Hey guys, how's tricks? The hell does that mean? It's a saying, like, what's up or how's it going? Never heard it before. It's kind of old. It's kind of old. I read it recently in a game I've been playing. Reddit? What? Reddit? A Reddit reference? A heckin' wholesome Chudderino Chungus Reddit reference? What, have you been playing a lot of visual novels or something lately? Dev, you honestly think the troglodytes who write those things are cultured enough to use highbrow phrases like house tricks? Meta humor going on right now. Wait, aren't you a visual novel writer now? Aren't you just insulting yourself? Anyway, Theo, what the hell was that? Trying to show off for the gliding team? I'm not gonna let you on, you know. So, what you're saying is I should better keep practicing, huh? Red Door Chase. I don't think I've seen her mad. Mad Sprite. Abigail suddenly chides with a stomp of her foot, making Theo look like a whipped pup. You shouldn't be doing that. It's so dangerous. It may not just be you who gets hurt. Yeah, Theo, you might, hit someone. If I ever. Theo stops mid-sentence, sharing a knowing look with me. Point taken. Sorry, guys. Emily pokes Theo several times before he realizes and looks at her. She gestures wildly across the quad, then shrugs. Sorry, Em, I don't catch your drift. Emily sighs slightly before writing and holding up a note.
Where did you come from?
Oh, the roof, of course. Theo points out to the top of the library, several stories above us. What were you doing in the library at the first place? I thought we were banned. I wasn't in the library, Dev. I was technically on the library. Is that where you came from when... Well, why the hell were you dicking around on the roof of the library? Oh, because Elliot needs help carrying some stuff and I wanted to get some air while waiting for you guys. Just then, Elliot walks out of the building, flipping through some paperwork before noticing us. Thought he was dragging, like, boxes with him. What took you all so long? You didn't tell us where we'd be meeting exactly. The library? Is there another library on campus that I'm not aware of? I believe we thought it was odd since we were banned last time we were here. There isn't any chance of that getting back to my parents, is there? What? No, why would it? Never mind, doesn't matter. And while no one's banned from this place, we will be setting up a new base of operations today. If everyone would like to take a box or two and follow me. Elliot gestures to a nearby pile of boxes just sitting outside the library. Some are big enough for me to fit in, while others towers stack up to Emily's shoulders. Emily holds up a note, having to waggle it before Elliot for him to notice.
What's in them?
Materials. He quickly realizes how little that clarifies it. Seriously, no need to go in over the whole manifest. You'll see once we get them to our destination. With Elliot making that clear, we all start to grab as many boxes as we can. I personally take 2 large boxes, maxing out my carrying potential with that alone. Rebecca and Theo and Abigail all follow suit. After making it 20 or so feet, they seem like they're already struggling with their loads. Hey Emily, be careful. Maybe you should take only... But instead, she grabs 3 boxes, the same size as mine, 2 under one arm and a third on top of the other shoulder, without a hint of exertion. She even snakes her tail around yet another big box and carries that behind her. Never mind. I guess she subscribes to that whole no second trips what is that? Adage? There we go. Words today, huh? Brain melty, feel all gooey. Porky went full 9/11 on the Jeets. Boxes contain stacks and stacks of forms, mostly referencing light logs to a tropical island. Flight logs. The Rechstein files. Elliot carries a medium-sized box, glancing back now and then to advise caution with certain boxes. He leads us away from the campus, hand-waving any voiced questions of where we're going. After several minutes of walking, we step off the concrete path and head further down the dirt trails lining the scattered sporting fields of CCC. A minute later, we're finally able to see our destination. Oh, they changed this up a bit. Why does this look so AI? I'm sorry. It kind of does. It's a shack. Oh, wait, yeah, we gotta put the boxes down before we see our phone. Imagine if we got, like, more... We did get more text. What the fuck? Oh, no, they're just broken. The texts are broken again.
Or wait, no, we saved. But if we did save, the text should be red. What gives? Crazy. Add another one to the bug list. Maybe it looks more impressive up close. As we all start to enter the clearing and get a good view for ourselves, it's obvious we're all thinking the same thing. Oh, into the void! Into the void! Into the void. Hold on. Into the void. Hold on, where's the... Click. It's my territory. It's the sleep demon's territory now. Oh, I wish I could just, like, impose that behind Rebecca. Behold the shed that was promised to me and my people 3,000 years ago. It's a ruin. It's a sizable enough wooden shed, but it's marred by graffiti all along the exterior and has its windows bashed out. The doors itself even hang slightly ajar, clearly attached by a single rusted hinge. Having set down his load, Elliot emerges from the far side of the dilapidated building, gesturing with open arms. As promised, so have I delivered. Are you serious right now? You delivered us a heap of shit. Now, Rebecca, it may not look like much, but I'm sure it's better on the inside. Thank you, Theo. I never said it would be perfect, after all. A bit of cleanup will be needed, of course. Like how Abigail bounces around. Come, let's take a closer look on the inside, shall we? Hell yeah, let's go! Something tells me I'm not going to like this. We follow suit as Elliot leads the way and pushes the door aside, stepping in. My stomach churns, first at the sight and then at the smell. I say we're probably a little over halfway to get into the new content. Asterisk Shack. Did they redraw this over again? Or is it the same as before? Refuse litters the floor so thickly it looks like a plastic shag carpet, and the graffiti is somehow even more plentiful and crass within the confined space. Numerous pieces of splintered and stained furniture lie here and there. There is a toilet in the corner too, but its walls are completely gone. Thankfully, it looks unused. It reeks of my summer working at the local zoo and cleaning the reptile room exhibits, but far more pungent within these scuffy confines. I have to suppress my impulse to gag and breathe through my mouth to stomach it further. A bit of cleanup, you say? Abigail looks positively mortified, and Elliot isn't far off as he eats crow for his poor wording. Even with Emily's eyes obscured, I can tell they're wide with horror, and Rebecca is struck speechless with so much ammunition that she can't even decide how to mock the situation. Only Theo keeps his optimism in a net positive as he knocks on the walls and kicks trash around while inspecting our new digs. Well, hey, it could be worse, right? I want to be right there with him, but the more I see, the more my own morale sinks. The most prolific tag along the back wall reads Estrus Shack, causing me to scratch my head. What does that mean exactly? Abigail scrunches her face, holding a newly appeared handkerchief to the end of her snout. I am just confused, as this does not appear to be a medical clinic, right? Emily averts her gaze, and Rebecca snickers to herself, but no one answers my question directly. Elliot pinches the bridge of his nose, hissing. If you don't know what it means, it's best to keep it that way, honestly, Dev. Alright, no point in trying to save face. I know it looks bad. But it's ours either way. Deal with the dean is already made, and we'll be able to get the internet and electricity from the main campus. Theo suddenly claps his hands. Elliot's right, guys. This isn't all that much work for 6 people anyway. I don't think we're looking at the same thing, bro. Nah, it's just like cleaning our rooms when we were back home. Rebecca seems like she's about to counter, but stops herself before settling with a deadpan stare,
Clearly, the two situations couldn't be any different. We won't actually be touching anything, right? Nah, that reminds me. Follow me. Get out the chair, Ben. You now use the cup shed as a hideout. Oh, I skipped that. Elliot leads us back outside, further highlighting just how acrid the shack's atmosphere was in comparison. These 3 boxes here have cleaning and renovation supplies. We'll leave the others alone for now. You all plunge into the boxes, and Abigail nearly weeps with tears of joy when she finds a box of gloves and masks, donning them immediately. Elliot wasn't lying. There's just about every cleaning chemical I've ever seen, trash bags, even hazardous waste disposal box. I will sanitize everything multiple times. One of the boxes filled the room with paint buckets, a plunger tube, and sheets of plywood for patching up any breaches. Emily takes rare initiative, picking up the hammer and box of nails, gesturing to herself. You sure you want to handle minor repairs? Emily nods, as resolute as I've ever seen her. Probably do a lot of the same on your farm, right? She nods in agreement with a grin, leaving everyone else to claim their roles. Nice, I got trash duty. Guess I'll start tossing furniture out or something. I'll handle painting over the graffiti. I guess that leaves me on support duty. They've just about covered everything else here. Everyone sets to work immediately, leaving me as the odd man out. I'll probably only have time to help in a few different tasks, so I should lend a hand on what's most important. On the flip side, this could be time to build a dynamic with whoever I help. I'm already really close with Theo. Elliot might be a tougher nut to crack, but he's also taking a backseat role to this whole thing, so that leaves the girls. I'm probably most comfortable with Rebecca, and I wouldn't want the other two to feel like I'm ignoring them. Am I overthinking this? I think I'll ask... He just talk with Theo still. You have to be really careful with the... If you go too far, the black bars on my screen don't work. I like how if you just leave it for a time, the game just subtly reminds you, hey, you can go left or right. But I'm going to use this time for a bathroom break. So I'll be right back in a few.
Alright. Just gotta get comfortable because my tailbone's wanting to act up. It's great. BRB. Are you secretly him? What? I'm 8 minutes behind currently. I'm imagining Miguel banging his head against the wall for these bugs. Yeah, probably. You had months, guys. You had months. Something Miyamoto said. A rushed game is forever ruined. But a delayed Snoop Game mod never comes out. Ugh, it's the worst of both worlds. Are you secretly him? Maybe, yeah, right. Rebecca Violence Art, Hammer. No, Miguel, they're two different. Miguel's been to the channel before, way long ago. I think during the first dev stream. They're probably busy trying to fucking patch for their fucking lives on this. Anyways, Rebecca. Gotta get the Rebecca points. Need any help, Rebecca? Oh, I like how we took our jacket off. The Microraptor glares up at me as she squats before a crumpled couch, claw hammer gripped in her claws. Do I look like I need help? Yes? Well, I don't. Raptor, Jesus, Rebecca. She brings the hammer down hard onto the couch, crumpling a section of it. Bash those bottles. Rebecca continues bringing blow after blow down onto the furniture, forcing me to raise my voice above the banging. What are you doing anyway? What does it look like? I'm breaking this stupid thing because it's too fucking big. Why don't you just ask me for help? Because I'm a strong, independent woman who don't need no skinny. I don't need help. Rebecca breaks away at the couch, cracking into it with each word. I can do it myself. Whoops. Well, I hope that wasn't a replacement window. Going for the strongest swing of all, the hammer narrowly slips from Rebecca's fingers and sails through the thankfully already partially shattered window across from her. We both watch in horror as it flies right past Emily's head as the poor girl was about to poke her head inside, no doubt to see the source of the commotion. Instead, she shakily retracts her head with a frown, clearly frazzled by the near miss. Rebecca flops into a sitting position, burying her face in her knees as she groans. She's quiet for a beat before looking me in the eyes. Okay, fine. Just say it. Say what exactly? I told you so, or that I'm a retard, or whatever. Hey, come on, I wouldn't say that. I mean, if you had to do it all on your own, breaking it up wasn't a bad idea. Just, maybe there's a better tool you could have used. But I'm here, so you don't have to do it alone. Seriously, you'd be helping me too. I have nothing to do. Rebecca considers my words for a minute before smirking at me. Alright, but only because that sounded like groveling. Cool, so let's start with all the smaller stuff first. Yeah, if you're a coward. What? If we get all the big stuff out of the way first instead, we're basically done. I look around at the trash surrounding us, numerous other pieces of shattered furniture and garbage littering our path outside. What if we try to rush the big stuff? We'll just get hurt and probably be in the other's way. That sounds like a them problem. She seems pretty intent on this course despite its obvious pitfalls. Look, Rebecca. When you're like writing, do you start with the ending? Sometimes, yeah. Wait, what? Really? Yes, it's a very common writing practice. Your point. Maybe not the smartest idea to put in terms she's far more familiar with than I am. Okay, well then... Oh, would you rush a character arc just to show their flashy final moment?
I mean, probably not, depending. Well, this is like that. We gotta get the small stuff out of the way, even if it sucks to do. Rebecca shifts from side to side, mulling over my words. After a beat, she throws her head forward, groaning loudly. You're not going to stop whining at me until it's your way, are you? I'd at least like to give it a shot. Fine, stupid point taken. We'll try it your way. Thank you. Just let's get it done already. Following that, Rebecca and I split up the focus on the objects too big for Theo to trash, but too small to consider tackling together. What was this place even used for? I'm finding everything from lamps to gutted mini fridges here. It isn't even any closer to campus than the dumpsters. When we finally have most of our path to the doors cleared, Rebecca attempts to move the couch again with my help. With both of us bearing the weight and being careful how we hold it, we're able to haul the anomalously stained seating outdoors all the way to the dumpsters. Sorry if it's still not pronounced right. My brain is melting. With one final heft, we toss it in wholesale with another explosion of aromatic dust firing off into the air like a mushroom cloud. Probably just as deadly too, so we quickly head back to the shack. Alright, I can handle the rest without you. Gotcha, if you think so. Of course I think... She seems to catch her own outburst this time. Whatever, just thanks for the help. Well, don't make it sound too painful. Bite me. You're lucky I said it at all. And just so you know, you're better at hauling trash than making analogies. I just chuckle along before leaving her to discard the rest, piece by piece. Swiping the generous layer of dust from my vest and swapping my gloves, I survey who still needs help. I think I'll ask... Alright, we'll, on her phone already. I can't access my phone. Talk with, Elliot. I look around for Elliot, but realize he isn't in the confines of the shack. Hey Theo, do you know where Elliot went? Oh yeah, he had to take a call and step outside. Looked like he was shifting into business mode. Business mode? Yeah, probably one of his side hustles or something. Should only take a few minutes? Maybe. I guess I could probably pick up the painting for him while he's busy. I walk outside and instantly appreciate the reprieve from the stench. Here's hoping we can get like an industrial strength air freshener for the place after this. Rounding the outside of the shack, I find Elliot leaned up against it with a dry paint roller in his hands as he talks on his phone. Like I said, potentials in spades, with the right backing. Elliot? Not yet, but that's why I'll make sure it's ready to go before that. So, do we have a deal? Elliot? Still nothing. Elliot! What the? He leaps back for about a foot before acclimating to his surroundings again. After Jesus, it's just you. Hey, look, I'll get back to you. Think about it and we'll talk later. What do you want, Dev? To help you. What are you doing? Painting, duh. He slaps the bone-dry roller to the clearly unpainted edifice. I cross my arms at him. Don't look at me like that. I'm helping, aren't I? I definitely appreciate you going out on a limb for a project like this, but we've still got a lot of work to do before the real stuff even starts. I know that, Dev. He sighs exasperatedly. I had to take a call, and I've just got other stuff going on besides this, you know. Don't we all? I get it. I really am appreciative that you're helping today, regardless. So how about we get this thing painted? Well, how hard can it be? I have war flashbacks to the generous tongue lashings my old house painting boss gave me for a similar mindset once upon a time. You would, be surprised. Lucky for us, I've done this before. I take up a ruler to demonstrate proper form to Elliot. That's not weird at all. Elliot is a bit slow at first, globbing far too much paint onto his roller or leaving uneven lines. He'd probably get paint on himself, wouldn't he? Beck Cena picks up Devin, throws him on the desk to break it in half, WWE style. Rebecca needs all the strength training to fight her void clone. I'm not gonna read that. But despite a few eye rolls, he starts picking up on my tips as we continue. One completed exterior wall turns into a second one done quicker. The final two we ended up working solo on, and he even finishes his slightly before I do. I take a moment to admire our handiwork, few blemishes, even fewer drips. I'd say it's a job well done. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. Time to start on the interior, I guess. When we head back inside, progress has been made across the board on cleanup, but it's hard to justify splitting the duty with how crowded the floor already is. Alright, I think I got this. I'll start in that corner. You go help one of the girls. Looks like Theo's already done his part. Judging by the snoring emanating from a sleepy Taro near the far wall, I'd say the caffeine in Theo's system did its job well, and has already left the building. You got it. Good work, Elliot. His eyes narrow almost imperceptibly at the compliment before shrugging and walking off to his next paint site. With that done, I'm on to the next task. Alright, I think I got time to help one more person. Looks like Elliot has things handled with the paint. Let's see which one of the girls I can help. I think I'll ask... Emily. Oh god. I head outside when I realize that's where Emily's headed earlier. I run the left side of the shack only to find her sitting and sketching, a bucket of tools beside her. Hey Emily. I just realized I'm gonna have to do the fucking voice again. Hold on. Alright, extra big gulp. Emily jolts at the realization she was caught, turning to me with a guilty expression. I know she likes drawing, but this isn't exactly the best time for it. What you doing out here? Emily pulls her sketchbook close to her chest, gesturing to the hammer, nails, and plywood, then to a nearby hole. Nah, makes sense. I know. Why are you just sketching instead? Emily heaves a shaky sigh, lowering her head in shame. She points back to the shack before making a hammering gesture, and then snapping an invisible stick between her hands. It takes me a minute longer than it should to catch her drift. You don't want to break the shack? She sheepishly nods back. Well, if it makes you feel any better, there's no one in the group I'd trust more, and the sheer fact that this place is still standing means it's only up from here. Emily nods solemnly in agreement, still hesitant before picking up the hammer and sheet of plywoods to begin patching the numerous holes along the exterior. But hey, do you need any help from me? She tilts her head a moment before shaking it. Nothing at all? Emily seems to think again before nodding and swirling her head to a nearby tube in the bucket, indicating that I take it. Picking it up, it seems to be a silicone sealant. What's this for? She uses one hand to gesture the shape of a lightning bolt, then taps the wall. Sorry, what? Emily seems to expect the lapse in communication, running her finger along one of the gaps in the panel, and also pointing out a hairline fracture on another one. Oh, we're sealing the cracks. Is this like caulk? Emily makes a so-so gesture. Right, so it has to be kind of different, but I have fitted tubs before. So, like this. I run a thin line of the substance across the gap as evenly as possible. Emily moves to the other side while I work, and I can hear her hammering all the while. When I finish, I catch her attention. Emily, like this? She brings her head close to inspect my work before she slowly shakes her head with a meh gesture. I didn't mess up, did I? She shakes her head, unable to come unable to come over to me and demonstrate as she holds up a sheet of plywood to the wall. Emily repeats the motion again, with a far more rhythmic sway, pointing again to my handiwork. I slap my own forehead. Of course! Right, I need to spread it now. She nods with a light smile, and I finally get it. I used a gloved finger to smear the spread and sealant throughout the crack before stepping back to admire my handiwork. Emily nods in approval, green-lighting me to continue that across the interior and exterior of the shack as she continues her own task. I hear her hammering away the entire time, each bang of the hammer lightly reverberating across the shack. Once I've reached a satisfactory level of quality, I head back to Emily, who's made her way inside at this point. Hey, just finished up as far as I can tell. Emily nods without looking back at me. She's busy hammering a plywood panel in place over the last broken window. What's that for? She makes a back and forth motion with her hand indicating something entering the window before wagging her finger. Water her finger. Oh god, I've become redified. It's 2030. Emily should TTS on their phone and have dedicated device do so. So she's just linked up with a soundboard. That'd be quirky chungus, haha. Rap G. Yo, what's with the heckin' gender neutral pronouns? I thought you were based. I think it's just... Oh, I don't know. I still remember that picture for the Halloween cosplays they did, and Emily dressed up as Chris from Deltarune. Is that supposed to imply something? I was never all that good at charades. Bugs? Do you mean bugs? She nods happily at me, getting it right again. I still don't get it. What about bugs? As soon as it escapes my lips, I slap my own mouth. Scratch that. Good thinking, Emily. For some reason, she looks a bit dejected at that as she continues to hammer away. What's wrong? Emily mutely sighs before gesturing all around and then pointing upwards with thumb. I, of course, follow her pointing, but find the roof surprisingly intact and without issue. Well, the roof is fine, but several roof beams have seen better days. That doesn't look good. She shakes her head with a frown. Wait, is she sad that it isn't doing more? I mean, it's kind of impossible to ask that we fully repair this place in just a day. You're doing great, Emily. I mean, look at me. I could barely use that tube, and here you are trying to fix everything else. She purses her lips, still clearly disappointed. No one's expecting you to turn this place into a mansion. You're doing great. And who knows, maybe we can scrounge together the resources to trick this place out. Her frown disappears as she shrugs in response. Oh, come on, it's more exciting than that. Are you saying you don't want to be part of Emily's extreme shed makeovers? I can see in her eyes, but she moves her head in an exaggerated eye roll. Still, she's smiling genuinely now. Anything else I can do, Foreman? Emily swivels around to the shack before returning to shake her head. Alright, let me know if that changes. I may not be handy, but I do have hands. She mutely chortles before turning to test the wall beams and hammer in nails where needed for stability. Friendship with Emily ended immediately. Oh no. All because she referenced a they-themer. We're making surprising progress. Not too long ago, this place was a verifiable garbage dump, but now we can actually see the floor and the walls are decidedly inoffensive again. Elliot has us move the boxes inside once there's enough room for them, though he forbids us to dig through them until this place is clean enough to eat off of. After working for a bit longer, we all hear a small group approaching. It is almost 3. I think we'll get past the scuffle and then we'll wrap it up for the night. Don't even recognize this palash. Guess we owe whoever did this a beer, huh? Yeah, but for now, it's time to get Three Saurians walk into the open shack, and everyone freezes when they see one another. Astid. Oh shit, they're still here! Quick, give them a beer! I didn't mean literally. There's like 6 of these fucks. Who are these douchebags? Theo steps forward immediately to welcome them. Sup, guys? Can we help you? No, looks like you already did, man. Honestly, yeah, didn't think the fuck shack could ever look this good. What are you guys like, the environmental cleanup committee club? Do you mean environmental cleanup club? Yeah, that thing. Not exactly. The trio looks over to me in surprise, each murmuring something about an actual human. Only then does the stench of alcohol hit me. Of course, Dev would be the first to know. I see now that one of them's carrying a bag full of booze, and all of them look at least several beers deep already. Look, fellas. The shack was given to us by the Dean. What is the guy saying? He's telling you to fuck off without telling you to fuck off. Shut the fuck up, Shorty. Who asked you? I don't need the permission of some arrogant douchebag to speak up, asshole. This is all a misunderstanding, is it not? Emily bounces up and down on the balls of her feet nervously. Look, you don't gotta steal our hangout spot just because you cleaned it up. We sure as hell didn't ask you to. Hey, we should all just calm down, yeah? Look, like Elliot said, the Dean got... Bullshit, he did, and who cares? We're gonna go get fucked up instead, eh? You mean where's the slutty sorority girl gonna go now to get a train run on her? You want to say that a little closer to my face, you little midget? Not even that different. Well, then again, Rebecca's wearing platform boots. Was a train run? I see which one of you is the token special ed member of the group now. I might have some crayons laying around if you're looking for something to snack on. Rebecca, I think this may be a bit of misunderstanding. I do not see what the mass transit... Guys, come on, this is getting a little tense. Why don't we go outside and we can talk... That pushes him. He just crumbles over. The bully throws their hands out in an instant, knocking an unprepared Theo back. He staggers for a moment before colliding with a table, knocking a wave of trash onto the floor. That looks so weak, though. That could have been choreographed better. I don't know. Theo stands back up, uninjured, but Rebecca is already crouched down, ready to charge. Bro, look out! Crayon-eating douchebag. I want to say this is Shido, but I'm not entirely sure. Rebecca storms one of the intruders, who easily holds her back with a single hand. There's a little fucking gremlins trying to come at me or something. Okay, everyone who ain't Ush, get the fuck out of here now! At this point, Emily steps up and places a hand on Rebecca's shoulder. The Microraptor is still visibly foaming at the mouth, but takes a step back, only for the Taro intruder to step up in her place. This shot. Did I insult your girlfriend or something? Back the fuck up, dude. I don't think I remember this, but I don't know. The stranger tries to shove Emily, who remains perfectly in place as she goes flying backwards from her own force. What the fuck? Wait a second, I know this fucking chick. That's a chick? Yeah, she was in my math class last semester. She's like retarded or something. Emily's face darkens at the insult, but Abigail suddenly steps up, full of indignant rage. Now look here. Even if my friend was a little learning disabled, you have no reason to right to mock them for it. What would your mothers think if they saw you doing this?
How'd you know I didn't what? I didn't know you learned from this,
Wait. I didn't learn this from her, huh?
Maybe you should just quiet down.
He crowds her, forcing her to back up into Emily, who seems to be trying to support her. However, her defiance has all but evaporated. Hey, that's enough.
Holy shit, he actually talks!
I'm giving everyone the voice, I guess. Oh. Christ, 8 hours just to get to the new stuff. I know, right? The combined laughter saps all of my courage, and I find it impossible to follow up. You know, if Miguel and team had the balls, they would have had a skip to chapter 7 button or some shit, you know? But no, do it again. Do it all over again. The combined laughter saps all of my courage, and I find it impossible to follow up. You can all leave now. You may have cleaned this place up, but I still think we need some changes. She reels her high leg up before sending it through the thin plywood covering one of the windows. What are you doing, dude? Make it ventilation. What's it look like? Hey! Just like that, all eyes are back on me before I know what to say. Think, Dev, think. You're not Thinko. You ain't him, buddy. That reminds me, I never fucking put Thinko on here yet. Damn it. Oh, perfect opportunity wasted. What'd you learn from all those anti-bullying PSAs? Well, we've learned fooly cooly. If you guys, if you spent all your time you did being jerks on something constructive, maybe you wouldn't have to drink. Alright, what is this dork even talking about?
Yeah, dude, we're literally in college.
God damn it, Dev. I thought it was a good try. At that point, the crane-munching intruder has produced a black spray paint can out of nowhere and has begun spray looping lines across every wall as he walks around us. You fucking scale back, retards! Rebecca jumps at the one who, with alcohol in hand, causing him to stumble back just out of her claw range and drop it. Glass bottles shatter and send glycerine shards across the entire floor as the liquid quickly pulls outward.
That's fucking it!
He quickly reels back and throws a wild punch. I'm not sure even if he knows where he's aiming, but Emily catches his wrist easily, arresting it in place. He tries and fails to wrestle his forearm free.
Let me go before you break something, short boss.
Emily frowns deeply, but releases him. He stumbles backwards, several steps, rubbing his wrists. Suddenly, a near-piercing whistle rips through the shed. All eyes turn to Elliot as he removes his fingers from his mouth. You sure I'll leave if you value your futures.
What? I think he's gonna tattle on us.
Oh no, are you gonna tell the janitor on us or something?
Whoa, maybe even campus guards.
Holy shit, he's gonna get the dean to skullfuck you retards. Raptor Jesus.
Bullshit he is.
And fuck you, it's gonna be our word against yours. Rebecca backs off, pointing to Elliot. Do you not know who this is, dipshit? Rebecca. That's Elliot Reddington. The surprise twist of events, all tension in the room instantly slackens.
Bullshit.
Elliot sighs harshly before turning and settling his steely gaze on the group. You heard her, didn't you? You know what? Actually, you clearly aren't worth talking this through with. Elliot presents his phone and rings at contact, flipping it over to reveal the trio CCC Dean.
What?
Yeah, I'm feeling the urges, man. I'm trying to hang in there. We're probably going to wrap it up after this.
The aggressors instantly start whispering amongst one another.
He's gotta be bluffing. He doesn't even know our names.
Shit, it sure doesn't fucking look like he's faking it.
I'm not talking about the risks. You see you later. See you assholes later.
I'm about to graduate and my daddy would kill me if I fucked up now. I'm not taking the chance.
Each of them ranges in embarrassment as they, Each of them ranges in embarrassment as they prepare to depart.
Alright, fine. Keep the fucking place.
Let them have their orgy already.
No, fuck. Now we gotta get more beer too. Man.
And just as quickly as they appeared, they skitter away. The team must have finally picked up because Elliot turns away whispering. Good afternoon, sir. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you. Well, actually, I should address something with you when you have the time. Yes, it's about the shack, in a way. Yes, goodbye. I have to brace myself with my hands on my knees once the threat is gone. The quickly departing adrenaline leaves me lightheaded and my heart racing. The others don't look too much better. Abigail looks like she's about to cry. Emily is focused straight down on the floor, and Rebecca falls into a sitting position and buries her face into her knees. And then there's Theo, who looks like he's on the verge of upending his lunch. Theo, are you alright? Rebecca, are you okay? They didn't hurt you, did they? I'm fine. I think I'm gonna go back to the dorms. Come on, Emily. Well, wait, but we were so close to finishing. Not anymore, Dev. Everyone looks at the mess the three rabble-rousers made and everything else we still had to go through a new lens. Perhaps this was a bad idea. We should maybe try again another day. Girls all want to call it a night. Elliot has his hands on his hips, exhaling angrily in one of the corners. Theo seems stunned by the whole experience. It feels like if we finish off on this note, no one will have the heart to continue at all. Hey, good idea. We'll finish here. Devlog never continued. Until tomorrow, maybe. I'm gonna call it there. It's perfect. My god. I'm starting to feel the hunger shakes too. Oh boy. There you go. Apparently there's an alt version of that on the border. If you know, you know. Oh. I'm tired. It's 3 hours in. And I need to eat. My god. My body is feeling it. Oh no, selling whatever that was. I looked and was that candy and soda? Because that's definitely not allowed on the campus premises. Oh. Yeah, my throat is ravaged. I don't know, I'll set up another one for tomorrow and we'll see what happens. I'm not too entirely sure. But at least I got some thumbnail ideas. Oh. I don't know. But, I'm gonna wrap this up. Take a break, you need it, man, yeah? It's... How come I see that on the overlay and not in the chat itself? Oh, there it is. It's crazy. Yeah, I've been marathoning shit like this since Tuesday. It's taken a toll. Oh. Maybe we'll warm up with something Monday with Starbound or something. Monday morning, Sunday morning, not Monday. Ugh. I'm frazzled, so I'm gonna get going. Tomorrow's another day. We'll play it by ear. Have a good one.